getting
Okay, so I'm in a room and Capcom have they're starting to interrogate me because I wanted to reveal the changes, how Dan works, how those jury costumes look. It's not really good, but one thing I will tell you here is, listen here, don't ever let me catch you talking to me or my son like that again. Welcome to WSO, ladies and gentlemen. I did find the camera button to zoom out. I didn't want to do a St. Color on you people, but apparently Matt's going to do it to you guys as well. We're having some fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the weekend of CPT action. Myself, Jav, is here alongside this man having fun with his zoom-in camera. Matt, talk to me.
They should never have given us these remotes. They've never given us these before. Look, we got full control.
This is absolutely...
Richard, you made a mistake.
He definitely made a mistake.
Definitely made a mistake.
But Matt, talk to me. How you doing?
Yeah, really good. Enjoyed all the CPT action over the weekend. We got Angry Bird qualified now.
Yep. Yeah. Congratulations to Angry Bird.
We got the second place player in part of our guest list this evening, haven't we?
Yeah, we do. Okay, cool. I've got to zoom in a bit, apparently. My stream team is telling me to zoom in, and he's going to tell me that I need to keep threatening you people because you guys don't tune into Capcom Fighters enough. And all of you are Urine and Ed players, so I'm going to make sure I get rid of you guys with my poison in the next tournament I enter. But until then, I got to tell you the guest list. Can we change the camera to the guest list, please?
Boys.
So we get these players on screen.
Can hear me? Straighten up.
Okay, I'm sorry. This zoom in button's too fun. We're having too much fun here.
So come on, even up.
Look at this. Look, now I can point
no.
Coming further down the line. There she is. She's on the wall.
Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the two fools that present this game to you. Good luck. I'm going.
That's all I wanted to say. But hey, guys, like we said, we've got some different players on tonight. We've got some returning guests as well. We've got a couple of things we want to talk about with you guys, and we may have a special guest joining us tonight on commentary again. It's been fun having some guys like St. Cola, Vicious. Hopefully we get some more people on to commentate some Street Fighter 5 in the European scene. But let's roll on. Let's see the players in the lobby right now. We're going to be having Escudo. It's been a little while since we've actually seen Escudo, so shouts to Escudo for joining us tonight. We've got Jester Power returning as well. I believe he said he's going to be experimenting with some V-Trigger 2 today. I'm not entirely sure. He said he's strictly been using. Yeah, he said he's been strictly using it or something. So it'd be cool to see some V-Trigger 2. We got Julia Hahn.
That's what WSO is for, though, isn't it? Like, you know, experimenting some of that stuff. You're not entirely sure is tournament ready yet.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we're going to be online for the next couple of months, so better get comfy. Better start bringing out those real tactics now. If you want to use V-Trigger 2, then by all means do so. We got Julia Hahn as well, returning guest. Been a little while. Yeah. She didn't enter the online CPT over the weekend, so I want to see how her Honda or any of her characters are shaping up. We've also got Akainu. I think this is the first time or the second time we've had Akainu on the show?
I think we've definitely had him on like a WSO a few times before, but like WinnerStaysOn, I think he's maybe been on 2 times maybe so far.
Okay, but hey, we're going to be having Akainu on. He's going to be probably experimenting with that Rashid of training up that guy, because EU West will be happening in like less than a month's time. We're going to have MuscleNood as well. He's been on fire recently, but we got to keep getting this guy back. We got to keep getting people familiar with V-Trigger 2, or sorry, V-Skill 2, as well as his Ken style.
Absolute tear on his like maiden voyage for WSO as well, didn't he? Got like the win.
Yeah, his debut got like 8-9 win streak or something like that. I'd have to double check the archives there. And if that's not enough for you guys, we've actually got the runner-up to the online CPT over this past weekend, which was probably one of the most enjoyable weekends
the most entertaining hour of Street Fighter I have seen in a very long time. The most entertaining for sure.
Listen, that was stressful for both Angry Bird and Duwactik, but
it was stressful for Sengan and F-Word. I could hear him in the other room.
It was funny, but we've got Duwactik on the show, so hopefully we can get some games and he can experiment and show some off of his real Urine ability there. As if you didn't see enough of it over the weekend. But guys, if these guys are in the chat, hit the ready button, ready up, get some games in. We're going to be kicking things off with Escudo and Jester Power. But hopefully everyone has had a good weekend and you're here to absorb more Street Fighter action and enjoy the show.
Fingers crossed Mr. Crimson does join us in a bit as well, because he did say he was going to be here later this evening.
Yes, that is true. And who knows, we might be taking the mic and zooming in and out the cameras a little bit more.
Jester's the only PS4 player. I don't think we've ever had that before. Like, everyone's on PC apart from Jester.
Well, the thing is,
We should have called
Like-
this one like the Master Race, like WSO Special.
listen, man, I wanted to see Jester, so I had to bring him into the lobby because I want to see him play.
We've got to
But-
make up numbers, like we have to have PS4 players as well.
Yeah.
Can't just be all PS6.
So, I mean, as you all know, it's been highly recommended that if you have the opportunity and the funds to get a PC, or you can convert over to PC to play some Street Fighter 5 for a better experience, then do so. I think some people are a little bit hesitant because they're not sure how next year is going to pan out, if there is going to be one next year. So right now they're just trying to wait to see how this CPT or this season ends, and then they'll probably consider investing to see what happens in the future for Street Fighter 5. Because again, the pandemic has just flipped the whole world on its head.
No, of course.
So
But I can't remember the last time I saw this Warzard costume for Alex. This is a rarity to see this.
Yeah, not many people use this costume. Not many people like it, I suppose.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, it was a extra battle costume.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, most of the kind of like crossovers with the other series are extra battle ones.
All right, so Escudo here with the Alex. He's gone with V-Trigger 2, V-Skill 1. Okay, I haven't really seen much of V-Trigger 2 from Alex this season. Like, I haven't gone out of my way to look up Alex's gameplay, but from what I have seen, I haven't really seen much of V-Trigger 2, to be honest.
Remind me, what does it do? I forgot.
So it's the DDT and the sleep holder. So when he gets a certain special, you can cancel instant to get better Oki.
Okay.
And I think he's like +4 frame advantage on wake up.
And V-Skill 2?
V-Skill 2 cancel special to special, but he's going with V-Skill 1, so he wants the hard hit. Oh, there you go. He tried to miss. Or he tried to go for the DDT.
Doesn't work.
Here's the thing. I think we said this before. So with Veggey, because his backward walk speed is so prevalent, you're trying to catch him walking backwards anyway, because that's what they're doing half the time.
Yeah.
So don't blame him. He's going to go for a regular throw.
It's like a man grab. Brings it back.
I see you. Listen, man, Alex has one of the best, or one of the better comeback potentials of burst damage in the game, to be honest. He's not a great character overall, but when it comes to comebacks and burst damage,
Because he gets legit Oki off the EX knee smash, doesn't he?
yes, he does.
Yeah.
He can dash up and be at +4, so stand, medium punch, and the command grab be completely legit, because they are 6 frames start each, I believe.
And there's way more ways to combo into that now.
Yeah.
Overhead.
The anti-air and Escudo tried to jump out the flying boss.
Ready for the side switch again. I'm not going to be caught off guard by that.
Good check with the crouching medium. That button's really good. It was brilliant in season 1, but it's been brought into line. Still a bit of annoyance, but it's brought into line. Later seasons. He's dead. Actually, no, you're not. He's still alive.
I don't know.
He's still alive. A lot of health. He's just about alive. Yeah, just
magic.
about.
Yep. Sliver. Set up. Goes to the overhead. Lands it. Meaty by the looks of it.
No, so I
Is he
believe.
back there?
No, he probably just crouched. I believe no matter what active frame or whatnot their overhead hits, I think the frame data stays relatively the same.
Okay. Doesn't change.
I don't think it changes. I could be wrong. I have to double check that setup, but if Escudo blocked that, he could have ended the round with a command grab.
It would have been punished.
Speaking of the devil, I think Veggey's dead. Yeah, Veggey's dead.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
It's going to get buried. What? Now the online. We saw plenty of that over the weekend as well. CFN gods are not in acceptance of this at the moment. Doesn't matter though. Doesn't make it a perfect, but still seals the first game.
Got away with murder now. We're about to see a highlight reel.
I wanted to see because
Jester.
you don't get to see the where they kind of like plant them into the ground that often. The KO
So
finish.
who does that? It's only Alex
And Birdie.
Zangief, right? Oh, Birdie as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
Birdie as well. Zangief as well. So, I mean, is there any plans for any of the upcoming characters to have an animation like that?
I wouldn't know, but that would be sick if they did.
Okay.
I'm trying to think which character out of them would potentially. Maybe Oro? Because he's got that one where he kind of throws them up into the air, and then he kind of like, you know, it disappears for like a good 3 seconds, and then he comes down and just kind of like crushes them into the ground in third strike. So that move, like if he got that one in 5, that would definitely be like stuck in the ground.
Yeah, it'd definitely be cool aesthetically. But we'll see. Only time will tell.
A man in life lead from Jester.
Dude, that was a very audacious break there from Escudo.
Got it anyway. Back throw, build the bar. Almost got a full CA on deck.
So yeah, as I was saying before, Jester said he's been exclusively using V-Trigger 2 for a little while.
Okay.
I don't know personally which matchups it will be like viable for, but I believe they've all, like the general consensus amongst the Veggey players is V-Trigger 1 because of the buffs it got in Champion Edition. It's just a lot better to work with, a lot more flexible as well.
Yeah.
So I guess you can be more degenerate in a certain aspect, but with V Trigger 2, I don't know
It's
what
just those corner
specific
combos you get with V Trigger 2. They always look nice.
Yeah,
I don't see them very often. I mean, they're flashy, but not, I don't know how practical it is. Slide, yep. Dashes in, low fierce. Oh, that was nice.
The spacing is the
Yeah.
activation of DDT. He could win the round off of this. Okay, back to the neutral.
Chased
And a
down,
back
but it
dash.
was, yeah, it wasn't in range anymore.
Yeah. I think Alex, for me, is one of those characters where he's just got to do way too much. He's got to work way too hard to get what he wants. And even when he gets in, they're out immediately. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Too much expenditure for me.
Yeah, the Oku's just not really there unless you get the X knee smash.
Or even in
like
V-Trigger
amazing.
2. Yeah, even in V-Trigger 2. So. Oh, Jason.
Ooh.
I think he's playing.
That was like
anyway.
1 frame before he landed.
Oh.
I don't think it was a frame kill, but
Nah, I don't think he wanted that. But let's just say it worked out. Benefit of the doubt, it worked out. I think he wanted another flying Barcelona to then spend the bar again. I'd see that. But nevertheless, Jester Power brings it to 1 apiece. Looking good. Looking good.
yeah.
So yeah, man. Obviously, I noticed over the weekend as well. A lot more Eastern European players entered the online CPT, but it was Angry Bird that emerged victorious there, showing us that Seth using that Zeku.
Yeah, like commanding. And they didn't go into losers at all. It was just stomped from start to finish.
It could have been 1 bird in the cup, no birds in the cup was worst case scenario.
I was just so disappointed that Phenom didn't enter. I wanted to see that kind of like, you know, the heel turn.
You just want destruction. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. The funnier kind of like outcome like we got with the costume competition.
I want somebody to clip that, and I want you to save that 30 seconds for whenever Matt gets upset at this game. Just send his own clip back to him saying, I just want the funniest outcome.
What if like all the servers go down and all of a sudden like everyone's blaming me about it?
Right.
She's up afterwards. Okay.
I think he was anticipating maybe just a backdashing, because that leaves you standing, and Alex is like +2 on hit after the flash chop, I think. Damn, it's been ages since I've looked at Alex's frame there, to be honest. Chase down with the air stampede.
Getting the corner pressure.
Okay, that the
Yeah,
Larry.
in the corner, walks up.
It's one of his best tools.
Yeah.
Larry is one of his best
I
tools.
remember when Problem
Easily.
played this character like, you know, season 1, whatever, just like constantly doing that.
Damn, what a jump. What a jump from Jester. Yeah, it's a really good conditioning tool, Alex's Larry. And it's like, it just basically, it's such a threatening tool.
Yeah.
It demands a lot of respect.
Nice
You
neutral
can
jump.
reversal it, but
Didn't convert it. I think, yeah, there's definitely a bit of lag going on here. We're dropping stuff.
activation. Oh, the buffer into EX Crimson Terror. Gets the slide as well. And neutral jump and wake up from...
It's a command grab.
Yeah. Would you believe as well? We said this before. You know, Veggey has a better command grab than Alex.
Well, because he gets like a setup afterwards.
Yeah, the EX one he gets a set up afterwards. Then obviously the regular one he can do cross up super.
Yeah.
Oh no, he didn't commit.
Escudo's looking good right now. Oh, he tried it. He tried it.
Now, did he do that too early? Or was that a delayed medium from...
I want to say it was delayed. I'm not sure.
okay,
curious.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to
Or maybe
check
the
'cause-
button just had too much startup frames on it. It was only a
maybe.
medium though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I
I believe
don't
it was
know.
medium. But it's like I said, like situations like that, you're just committing too much. You're trying to bait a punish on the sweep, which is fine, but I think it's just too much. It's like double down.
I mean, you need a
Literally double
sliver of health at that point. He had to make some kind of like hard gamble, and it just didn't pay off, unfortunately, in that situation.
down. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, Escudo takes that over Jester 2-1. All right, opening up the set with characters, or a character that we seldom see, but we definitely see him a lot more online.
Sends the PS4 player to the back of the queue, so we got like, what, about 5 PC-only games now?
Are you saying us guys on PS4 are peasants? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying that people seem to be favouring this.
Hang on. Are you calling me a peasant? Are you actually calling me, Matt? Are you calling me a peasant?
You telling me you don't have a PC?
Matt, are you calling me a peasant?
Maybe.
Are you calling
Maybe.
Matt, are you calling me a peasant?
Yes.
How dare you, right? I am emailing your superiors immediately. But as I say that, we're going straight to the game. We're going to be having Julia Hard going up against Father Christmas.
It's all looking very festive all of a sudden.
Hey man, we're coming to that time.
Yeah, it's true. Like, it's weird. It's weird. Like, it's like, how the hell are we this close to Christmas already? It's kind of like evaporated by everyone staying at home for so long.
It's just weird. I don't know, like, because again, you have like, you know, your Thanksgivings, your Christmas, your Halloweens, your birthdays, but certain celebrations feel empty. They really feel empty. I don't know if that's just me, but
I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's just like you can't really like, you know, do what you would normally do, and the lack of like proper holidays as well.
yeah, true, very true.
Okay. Is that good?
Cool. Right. So Julia Hahn takes that first round there. Now, Honda versus Alex. I don't know about this matchup, you know. I have never, ever seen this. I don't know how effective Lariat will be against Honda. I know he's got to be very careful with his throw attempts because of butt slam. Who's got the high damage output?
This is a really garish color on the Alex outfit.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't wear this. I definitely wouldn't wear this.
I might do if someone paid me.
But Matt, that's basically saying so you'd pay
As
you'd
a
accept
bet.
pay. No. But that's basically saying if I paid you to dress like a clown, you dress like a clown.
If you paid me like £1 million, then yes, I would.
Right, there
For
you
a
go.
day.
But you'd still be paid to dress like a clown.
Yeah. So for £1 million for a day, hell yeah.
Do you know Matt?
I'd never have to work another day in my life.
Do you know Matt would make a really good Ronald McDonald? I'm not gonna lie to you. Just anyone pull up Ronald McDonald on their PC, type in Google right now to get a picture of the street riot. I guarantee you, Matt would actually make a very good Ronald McDonald. I think so.
I reckon I could put it off.
That was just sneaky jab because he called me a peasant. The first game goes to Julia Hahn. That looked very hard for Honda. Again, once Alex gets in, it's staying in. And I know the command grab's there, but then it looks like Honda's comfortable in the neutral. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I don't see Alex doing particularly well on this one. Like, it's just going to get outranged a fair bit. Crouching medium punch isn't going to do much in this matchup.
Yeah, because the conversions Alex is looking for, he has to be right up in Mario's face. And you might not even get that chance. You might be forced to V-reversal. You don't really have a true reversal outside of EX slash elbow, which is third frame armor.
If you let Honda get the V-skill charge as well, you can just do that forward heavy kick and just like the extra range is going to give straight into hands.
Yeah, true. There's a splash elbow, try to go for the slide.
Okay. Yeah, not much of a punish though, is it?
Maybe
Ready with the anti-air?
Yeah, maybe you could have swept back.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Armored trade.
I'm gonna activate here.
She's in.
Oh.
Wasn't a counter hit.
Oh,
It's that time. Was it in range as a standing medium?
He can. Well, I don't know how you. No, he can cancel the flash shot card, you know? Isn't Lariat special cancelable, man? I'm pretty sure it is. You just done Lariat flash chop or something. Why are they both Steve?
I'm not sure. Wow, he's ready with that crouching medium punch punish on a lot of these buttons.
Alright, listen. For me, Escudo is actually one of the better Alex players in terms of utilizing the crouching medium punch. But he really knows his spacing when to use it.
Okay, jab headbutt. Takes a back set into stage. Stays in front. Wants that corner pressure. Backs off. Has a lot of chip.
Oh, here's a hyper bomb. There we go. And he's gonna
just.
Okay, he's gonna V-skill up.
Ooh, punish. Didn't have to charge them.
Or did Julie didn't have the V-skill?
Yeah,
so.
yeah, hadn't charged it up.
Yeah, this is like a very slow matchup.
They're really grounded.
Yeah,
And then
because
instantly he jumps.
I think these guys have good anti-airs against each other. Or if you're excluding EX butt slam, I think these guys have actually pretty decent anti-airs against each other.
Yeah, like EX. Ooh. EX knee smash or headbutt.
Well, to be fair, I did forget Alex has a condor dive, doesn't he?
That's a good point, yeah.
Right, that's going to be taking Julia to the final round, that critical out there.
Set point.
All right, let's
Got
see.
old man Honda on deck with the grey hair.
Hey man, this character is causing terror for everyone. Not many people are particularly happy with Honda, but it's Honda. Just by history.
Yeah.
Oh, good jab check on the dash. These guys are very good at checking each other's dashes. Crouch medium from Escudo.
Late tech.
Stand jab there from Julia Hahn.
Yeah, throws it out.
There you go.
Hits the
This round,
and grab.
they'll come out now. It's the last round. Jab hands. Then medium. He's going to be holding on to this V-trigger one for dear life.
Activate.
Not yet. He needs a counter
Needs a hit.
He needs a counter hit.
CA ready. Oh, okay, we go.
There you go. And that was a fake setup anyway.
Yeah.
Good check.
Wake up buttons. No, not ready with hands.
Alright, we go. This is for the game. Yeah, that was for the game. That was for the game.
Forward standing fierce. Not a command grab.
That
That could have been a regular throw at that point.
Yeah, because it could have been button, regular grab, command grab. I think Escudo was hoping for a throw, whether it be regular grab or the command grab. Unfortunately, guessed wrong. And that's going to be Julia Hahn taking that over Escudo right there. And he's going to be pushed to the back of the queue. And the next opponent we have is Akainu.
Yeah.
And it's been a little while since we've seen Akainu on the show. Good to see him on. Converted to PC now. You know, set himself up. He's been practicing his Grandmaster now on his PC account as well. Been training up that dial, polishing up that Rashid.
The spelling of Akainu is like really short, so why is he abbreviated to AKN? So I'm wondering. Maybe the Akainu's would have been taken
again.
Yeah, maybe
probably.
That's why.
Well, there's his one. Then you probably tried to do Akainu double underscore.
It's not even taking out all the vowels. It's just
well, it's up
it's
to
an
him.
interesting choice.
It's entirely up to
I'm
him.
definitely not criticising it. I was just making an observation, like I normally do.
Well, I think your observation skills are a bit too good.
Just not in the game.
Hey, listen, you don't need to commentate these games. Your observation skills in-game don't need to be as good as mine.
No, yeah. I just do pulls every now and again. You're not going to see me in top 8. Unless nobody else shows up.
Hey, listen, didn't we tell you that one of the guys at Visual Platform, Mark Dent, is the best commentator in the world and he's never done an event in his life? That's how sick he is.
He's a man of many talents.
Of course, and he wants to give everybody else a chance by commentating. You guys ain't ready for his top 8 commentary.
Ooh, trait? No.
Alright, so Akainu has gone with the Rashid. We did see Big Road Rashid in action over the weekend. Unfortunately, couldn't take the goals. But Rashid's opinion is he's still strong, but it's been slightly lowered. Some people don't have him in their top 5. He's definitely a top 10 character for me. Jesus Christ, he got the airborne Eagle Spike.
I was ready, waiting for the cross up. It did not come.
Yeah, because that Eagle Spike is -2 on block if you're ready, but for the most part, you're not. So it's a very good tactic. We saw Oil King being like abused for years.
Getting plenty of mileage out of that one.
Oh, for sure. Alright, there's that crouch short. That's the only punish you can get, and that's still a really good light attack for Rashid. So I'll take that punish over no punish, to be fair.
Julie gets the charge. What bunch you going to get used?
I wonder. Roy as well, one shot, gets that B reversal. Go good back there.
Back dash, yeah. Escape the throw.
Alright, gonna get the conversion. Oh, the whirlwind shot messed up the timing. It's good that he didn't risk the heavy spinning mixer just in case Julie would have got a fat punish.
Yeah, not in time for the smash there.
No bite on
Gets
the
it down.
just yet.
Ready with the anti-air though. Had the charge. Oh, it's gonna hurt!
No, he's still alive.
What? I'm not into the CA. I don't know. You might have killed, you know.
No, it was a crush counter. And Julie
even with the extra headbutts. I guess it anyway. Yeah.
I think Julie could have saved that meter, but just played it safe.
No, yeah.
The CA.
Don't leave it on the table in that situation.
He's probably not being frugal with that meter, just expending it, build it back. Honda's meter build's actually alright, to be fair. It's actually okay. You can see
hands. Yeah, like hands, the amount of meat you get for that, it's like trickles up.
Here comes the whirlwind shot pressure again. I wonder if Honda can check that with crouch jab or stand jab into headbutt. I know that he's got like 5 frame light punches, but I don't know. Maybe Julia will try it later on tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Or throw.
Bro.
Check.
Wake up buttons. Get it out of time.
That's +1. That is +1 on block.
Oh, is that a stun?
And
It
there's a stun.
is.
Yeah.
It's going to steal the first game. Yeah, heavy.
So I think a lot of people, because Rashid's weren't doing it for quite some time, or at least right up close in your face, the enhanced whirlwind shot in V-Trigger 2, I believe it is +1 or +2 on block. So when he does that, don't challenge him, because he's going for that 3 frame immediately, and if he says kind of hit, he's probably like stunned you or done whatever he needs to do. I'd probably say you have to endure it. I wouldn't even try V-reverse. I think he recovers in time.
Okay.
I can't quite remember, so. Right, going into the second game here, kind of 1 up. Just getting that Rashid polish.
Oh, it's going to hurt. Charged as well. No, goes for the setup into the corner.
Somebody asked, you think Rashid players get bored of their own throws? I don't think so. I would. No, because they forward throw a lot.
I mean, considering it probably leads into more throws, maybe not.
Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on the animation, right?
That was nice, using that forward heavy punch to escape the whirlwind shot. Using the armor, yeah, don't want to deal with that.
Now, what is it kind of going to do? I think that V-Trigger is going to deplete. No, he tried to use the Haboob to close the gap, but...
Yeah, medium and then light to seal it.
And that's exactly what Julia was waiting for. Something that would help Rashid close the gap and make it more comfortable to snuff out.
Didn't expect that one to hit.
And Assault couldn't punish it from there. He tried to do the spacing.
So good timing on the jumping roundhouse.
That's big damage, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Early as well.
Oh, stun! Are you so quick? Are you dead? I think you're dead! Oh, no!
Oh, not quite! That might have he done splash? Or is Headbutt do more?
I think Headbutt does more.
Okay.
But I think it does, because it depends. The damage on splash changes depending on what hits. If it's the last hit or the initial hit to the second hit, then I think it does less damage if it crosses up. But obviously it was a combo in that situation, so I don't know. I think a different combo could have been done there, but I'm not a Honda player. Honda's got he does disgustingly high damage, but good game.
Okay, into the corner again. That's the setup. Jumps again. So was going to enter jump low, but maybe grab them out of it.
Crouch fierce into EX whirlwind shot as Judy tried to jump.
Shimmy.
Interesting choice. The throw set. Cross
side, yeah, -2, I think.
Yeah, I think Akainu pressed that light attack too late because that light attack should have kept Honda grounded, but it didn't, unfortunately.
Significant life lead. Good block on that.
Ooh, and the jump into the stop sign to avoid the whirlwind.
Block on the overhead as well. Some good blocks there, but eventually the hit connects.
Despite her efforts, they went down in vain, unfortunately.
All right, potentially set point.
Yeah, Julia has some good moments on defense.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really
a lot
want to
of
be in that
Honda players
position,
do,
but
yeah, I think a lot of Honda players, apart from the good defense, the wall character.
of course, holding down back does half the work for you. Keep coming to
Akainu's dojo is called EU Street Patrol.
Oh yeah, I think that was a Lapo that started it or something.
Okay. Just
No start yet, and there it is.
Oh, that's done, yeah. We're going to be back for our force of habit. No, forward. Yeah.
I am sorry, friends.
Nobody's having much of a streak this evening, are they? Everyone's getting knocked off.
Hey,
They haven't got 2 yet? I don't think they have.
No one's got 2 yet.
Yeah.
I remember this is crunch time for some of the boys in the Western European region because there's less than a month to go before EU West 2, the final chance for these guys to get that qualification spot for Capcom Cup. And I probably think we're going to get a little bit more numbers than we did last time.
I hope so. I hope so, yeah.
I mean, it happened with EU East, Middle East, happened with NA East as well. They got even more numbers. They still have the highest amount of entrants in both their tournaments, over 350 players, I think, on both ends there. But again, you're going to see a lot of these guys entering the online tournaments, grinding out sets, practicing matchups, coming up with these strategies. Yeah. So I think it's a time, if you're very looking forward to EU West, the region with Problem X, Luffy, Infectious, Hurricane, Shax, Akainu, all them guys.
And again, we're in a situation where only one of those players is going to qualify for Capcom Cup. This is a mad year.
It is, man. It is.
Just one of them.
But again, winner take all to the old days. That's why I'm going to be in the comfort of my own home and I'm going to be enjoying the madness. James, why didn't you enter? I'm like, I can't beat Ken players online and therefore I'm not ready for online CPT.
That feels like too much hard work.
It is very hard. Alright, so we've got MuscleNood stepping up to the plate, utilizing that B skill 2. One of the very few Ken players that's using that B skill 2.
Yeah,
he's actually improved
making it work.
Yeah, he's improved his neutral game quite a bit, but I kind of point it down to 2 things.
Okay.
Definitely put in the work to kind of bring out the best of his potential. And I think it's a lack of knowledge or lack of respect on the B skill that people are looking it up. I still haven't seen people check that properly.
With a fake out into the throw. I hate that. Always think it's overhead.
-6. I felt Kent had done a heavy DP there, but I don't think MuscleNood knows that. He tried to do something else to get through that, unfortunately.
Well, the overhead doesn't kill them.
Nice.
Yeah, 2 hits.
Let's spend a little bit of
shot. Yep.
What can he do here, man? I actually don't know.
Ooh, the anti-air there just in time with the crouching medium.
Yeah. That was unfortunate. I think that was only like MuscleNood's only choice there. Just to try and take a risk with the jump.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'd play the foot season. That wasn't going to work out with that much health.
All right, pressure with the standing medium punches, and there's the MuscleNood special. He's been through that for years now.
Good with that medium kick to heavy kick target combo.
Yeah, man. You got to have these target combo confirms unlocked. They made them easier over time.
Yeah.
Against players. Yeah, some of the easiest hit confirms.
We just throw them outside of range, don't you? Just like medium heavy, and then if it doesn't hit, heavy doesn't come out.
All right, MuscleNood not going down without a fight.
No, one apiece. First game's always important.
Delayed attack. Interesting.
I guess from that range, the Veggey wouldn't have hit.
Ooh, no whip punish there? I thought he was looking for that. But he might have tried to do a fierce or something, but his influence, he had the buffer early, so he got accidental jump there.
How quickly he got put into that corner. They're on the other side of the screen like 5 seconds ago. Oh, no. That's done.
He's dead. Yeah, one bar, he's done. Should be done. Actually, no, it's for sheep damage. Yeah, it's been a mixture.
Ooh, just not. Is he going to DP again or it doesn't?
Nah, he won't.
The light.
Surely not.
Okay, it's still possible.
He's got one chance. You can throw him. I think you should throw
Side
him.
switch.
Yeah, he tried
that again. He did the same thing he did last time. That's why it might have worked. And Kana was like, not fool me twice, no.
Oh, man. Trust me, in situations like this, when I'm commentating, I'm thinking about the attacker, not so much the defender. But good stuff, good awareness from Akainu there to backdash, because I would have thrown as well. Alright, there's a fireball.
Just throwing out these lights.
I
Does not want to get counter hit.
I think he should throw his own light, to be fair. If he doesn't stand like it,
Oh, yeah.
he got hit with the EX Eagle Spike, and Akainu taking that first game. Yeah, in situations like that where they're trying to do kind of like what I call the closeout poke. Surprise him. Try throw out your own light kick, give a little risk there. And then again, he probably would have buffered it or tried to cancel it into heavy so you can change sides of battle. But I guess he's just too deterred by the situation, which is unfortunate.
Yeah,
but,
and then just got walking forwards, Eagle Spike hits, and that's it.
Yeah,
Difficult. Alright, throw in a bit of the plasma. The medium punch again.
Someone said in the chat, Ken is slept on in my opinion. Ken is definitely better than some people make him out to be. I just think probably the majority, the Ken player base make him look really bad. But I think,
I know what you mean.
Ken's pretty,
I do know what you mean.
I think Ken's pretty solid, but I think certain Ken players' mindset make him look worse than he actually is. MuscleNood's not in that bracket.
No.
I'm not talking about MuscleNood.
He's one of the exceptions, certainly.
But there are some characters that I think they're better than what certain people are making them out to be because of their philosophy behind how you should play them. Alright.
Yeah, he's definitely got things this season as well.
Yeah, for sure. Gil needs a buff. Hey, you might get your wish come maybe November, December time. Who knows when that update's going to come out. So.
With punish. Standing like it, good range in that. Another good button that Ken has. Bufferable.
Yeah, he's got some good kick buttons. He's got some very good kick buttons.
Yeah, buffering with the tag combo, buffering with the stand light kick, or the medium punch.
Yeah. Guess that's right.
Okay.
There's a pressure.
Oh,
he tried
that
to
was
go for
sneaky.
Yeah, too early. He had the right idea though.
Escape
the right
stun.
idea.
Block.
He's on the activation. Goes for the delayed crouching meaty punch.
Forwards, yeah.
Big damage here, and that's meaty. He had to be reversal. He had to be reversal back. Back throw. Good check.
Wow.
Straight. Yeah, you can.
Almost, yeah.
I'm not sure what.
Answers.
I'm not sure what button Akainu press, but when he does Fierce into V-Skill 2, there is a slight gap for you to press a button and trade.
So if he lands a fully charged V-Skill meaty, how plus is it if they block?
I'd have to check his active frames. Normally +3.
Right.
I want to say, let me double check. Ken, where are you? V-Skill 2. Wow, 7 active frames. So maybe +7?
Wow. That's very plus.
+7 or 8 at best. I could be wrong. I'd have to.
So we can pretty much press whatever he wants.
Yeah, he can make a true drop string. He can delay.
Yeah.
I'd have to double check that. Nice. I could have got the numbers wrong.
They tag. Makes it safe. clipped. Can't convert though.
+5 on fully charged hit, +2 in block. Matt was asking what are the numbers if it connects meaty, not if it connects regular hit. Because MuscleNood likes to use V-Skill 2 as a meaty on people's wake up, and it connects pretty late. So I don't know if the numbers are the same or they're slightly different.
Duwactik in the stream chat saying,
oh, I
still
think
got
he's
him.
dead. I think he's done.
And you're right.
Oh,
no!
about alive.
The low.
Ah, man.
Sure.
That
We're saying what's it? Duwactik's in the stream chat saying it's 4 minutes past 1 in the morning for him right now, so he's definitely stayed up late to play some games with us this evening.
No, man, he's a gamer. PC gamers don't sleep. He's fine. He's fine.
The console gamers sleep?
Yeah,
Not in my experience, I do.
No, we do. Nah. Us peasants sleep, man.
Look, I used to play PS2 back in the day, playing like Final Fantasy to like stupid o'clock in the morning. I remember one like time I played, what is it, Shenmue 2.
Oh yeah.
All the way through the night, and I didn't go to sleep. And then a friend of mine gave me like a really strong coffee the next day to like try and stay awake, and I swear I got caffeine poison.
Damn. That's
it used like an entire, almost like an entire thing of like granules, and I definitely should not have drunk it.
Good spinner mixer there.
Oh, nice.
Whiff punish
Activation,
on the
yep.
skill. This is looking good for MuscleNood. One throw will do the trick. He tried again.
Clash Too Fierce does not hit the mark because Rashid does whatever he wants in the air. Cross up Tatsu.
Hey, he's doing bits with that Tatsu there, man. Taking it to the final round between these
final
two.
round. Who's your money on?
I want to say Akainu. Oh, and as soon as
I'm saying
I
MuscleNood.
Oh, no, that was nasty. And another one.
He's not buffering, is he? Okay. I catches him in the roll. DP. One more for Stum. What's going to be? Oh, the fake shimmy. Is he dead?
I think he's done. Pretty sure you can close it out.
That's why we pick V-Skill 2, because it catches the roll.
And as soon as Matt said, who's your money on? I said Akainu. MuscleNood must have heard me. He said, what? Have you not seen my buffers? Have you not seen my buffers, dude? This is it. I'm telling you. Listen, this is MuscleNood, right? This is MuscleNood. I was like, hey, listen here, jammers. Listen here, jammers. My buffer's the best in the game. I'm one of the best people at buffering stand medium punch in the UK, and Ken is way better than he is. And I want you people to know that if you play Ken like MuscleNood, you might win a tournament. So pick Ken and stop doing random tatsus from full screen. I'm calling you all out. That's right. All right? We're all good. Back to the program.
I bet he said exactly that word for word.
He might have. I don't know. He might have.
I think he might have done.
He might have. I don't know. It's what happens when you give me a zoom in button on the camera. I just become an absolute idiot.
I wish it zoomed in faster. It's really slow.
I become an absolute idiot. Literally. Someone has said Jammer's got terminal James Chen syndrome. I really don't think that's a good thing.
What does that even mean?
I have no clue.
Let's not
listen,
speculate on that.
I've got a lot to remember. Some of you lot don't even remember your fastest button in this game. So it's like, I've got a lot to remember.
It takes me a second.
Players, frame data, matchups, characters, presentations, pronunciations of names, and all you people got to do is remember your light into whatever move your character does, and you still can't do that.
Standing light kick for barrel. Do I pass the test?
You do.
There we go. Look, finally get some credit, partial credit for anything Street Fighter 5 related in gameplay. I'll take it.
All right, so we've got Duwactik making his appearance on.
Oh, this is going to be a good one.
So yeah, he's made a couple of top 8s at the Sunday tournament, Salt Mine League. Shouts to the guys that run Salt Mine League as always. And obviously he was runner-up this past weekend. Yeah. In the online CPT, only losing to Angry Bird twice, actually. Only losing to Angry Bird twice, but
one double perfect as well.
Oh mate, that double perfect.
The pole position is Sengan says.
Oh man. So yeah,
MuscleNood's obviously UK based, yeah?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
I believe.
So we're doing UK to Russia on this one. So I don't know where was it Duwactik's based in Russia either. Like,
Russia's
is he Moscow?
Big. Yeah, Russia's very big. So I'm not sure. I don't think any of us actually asked.
I'm about to ask him. Maybe you can say in the stream chat after this match. So I'm curious to see how far the distance is, because like Julia's in Russia as well, but.
I think for the most part, when we fight Julia, the connection's actually all right. I don't know how it is.
Depends on where you're based in Russia. Like, you know, the city could make a huge amount of difference. Like, you know, Duwactik could potentially be like, you know, out in the sticks somewhere, and like Julia could be in like Moscow, which is probably closer.
Yeah.
Like crouching medium punch, like crouching there, completely escaped the V-skill. Is that an answer?
What, Yuri's crouch medium punch?
Yeah, it just moved him forwards.
Hey, listen, there's quite a number of buttons that are very good against Ken's V-skill team. You just got to find your answer. Maybe Duwactik's been doing his homework, watching MuscleNood and Assault Man leagues over time.
Again. We didn't see many of those blocked over the weekend either. Well, did we? Like the amount of times, like Duwactik landed that.
Let me just tell you guys. Oh, no, right, this round's gonna be closed out right now. He's gonna be spending that one bar. Doesn't need to. Oh!
Okay. It was always in the middle of pressure strings. He's like, nope, my turn now.
The throw bait there with the V-skill too. MuscleNood so good at using that, especially at the clutch moments. But yeah, I'll tell you guys a quick story. So me and Matt were actually watching the CPT over the weekend together, and Matt got really excited every time Duwactik hit EX headbutt, and my head literally sank about 16 times in the seat. It's hard to deal with online, man. Headbutt again. -2 checked and gets the kind of hit confirmed there, MuscleNood. That pressure, here he comes.
Okay, here we go. What's the setup? Press to throw, jumps out of there.
No, don't do
Yeah.
that.
Straight into the mirror. Oh, and switch sides as well. It's unfortunate. Ready with the standing roundhouse anti-air. Oh, it's going to hurt. Lots of scaling.
Good block. And
Good
plus
block.
2 as well.
Yeah. Can this kill?
He is not dead yet. Headbutt.
Good block. Saw plenty of them. Finally, we see one blocked. Someone in the stream chat is saying, what is it? Where is he based? 200 kilometers from Moscow. So yeah,
What?
it's a different
East or west?
town city.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I would assume it would be east.
All right. So MuscleNood takes that first game there against Duwactik. Let's see if he comes back. Again, MuscleNood handled V-Trigger 1 pretty well in that last game there. And I gotta say as well, Urian's crouching fist, definitely a strong button. It always has been for me, but it's much stronger this season, especially with the addition of EX Metallic Sapphire being +2 on block now.
Right.
So not only are you safe, but like you get the frame advantage as well. So whenever they want to throw it out, it's usually when they have meter to cancel to make it safe or get the confirm, or when they have V-Trigger. So there you go.
I'm trying to pronounce this town or city, whatever it's called. I'm going to butcher this. I think it's Ulanovsky.
Your mouth just gave up halfway through.
I did give. I completely.
Your mouth started and it just gave up. It went,
It's like, how do I combine this into like a complete word? It's like, no, I can't do it.
Your brain definitely did not process that town. And because you butchered it, I'm not even going to try. I'd like to say Duwactik's good books. Thank you. A good
I'm
violent
sure it
beat
doesn't
drop
take a person. Alright. Not buffered. Goes into the corner. Good tech. It's ready with that standing roundhouse anti-air.
there. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he used it against Big Bird quite a few times, I remember, in that match. Good block.
Oh, sorry. Mr. Crimson just sent me a message. We'll try and get him into the lobby soon.
Oh, nice.
Hit confirm.
Get Cease and douse him, hopefully.
Or even G.
Yeah, true.
Those characters, man.
Always good to have options.
Of course. Just backing off here. V-Trigger about to slowly deplete. And
Yeah.
I noticed that's a punish.
Yes!
Are you
I think so.
Oh, the magic pixel.
Maybe if he done the other combo, he'd use the normal metallic Sapphire on
Wasn't in
EX
range.
Chariot. Maybe
That would hit as well. Oh,
Nah,
here we
he's got one
go.
guess. He's got one guess. He's got one guess.
Unless it's for...
Ooh!
No, God. You imagine if that was offline, he would have punished that. That one frame difference. Okay.
But even then, the Chariot like literally whiffed right in his face there. So
did.
that was actually really good spacing there from MuscleNood.
Answers, yeah. Is that the light?
I think so.
Yeah. Is that one that's throw invincible?
Which one? Your
Light.
headbutt?
No, the light DP.
Oh, yeah, sorry, light DP, yeah, throw invincible.
Yeah.
My apologies.
To the corner. Whoa, answered immediately. Resets the situation. Good block.
Again.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of moves Yurin can throw. He's got a very obnoxious playstyle. It's very powerful.
Yeah. Far ranging. hitting buttons. EX chariot tackle, EX knee drop.
He's trying to use a headbutt to make sure MuscleNood doesn't throw him into the corner. He tried to bait EX headbutt, still no dice.
Nope,
He's
not
going to
yet.
come very short. He
Got
might
the life
back
lead. This is it. Ooh! Doesn't kill.
Can I do it?
Go block. Block it out. Oh, get to hit! I don't think he can kill yet. No.
He might be dead. Matt.
Oh, oh my god, that was tense. All right, we've got another game to go. Another game. Oh my god.
You know what you should do, right? I know what we're going to do. I've got.
Are we zooming in again?
No.
Remote's ready?
No,
Oh, okay.
not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Oh my god, it's one apiece between MuscleNood and Duwactik. Oh man, I'm telling you, like me and Logan said at the pre-show, there's not a lot we actually know about the Russian scene. And I don't even know if they're doing, or they have been doing a lot of locals over the years. So
Well, they did have one ranking event when we first started doing Street Fighter 5 CPT.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was called.
It's 2016. I remember
It
that.
was ages ago. It was ages ago.
Did they ever say why Russia never made it back onto the CPT? Was there ever?
I believe that whoever ran the event over there, it was done by like a sponsor or something like that. I vaguely remember. It's such a long time ago now, but
okay.
yeah.
Okay, so it
was a big. It was a big thing. It was like I think there was a fair bit of money behind it, if I remember.
Okay.
MFA, that was it. MFA, Moscow Fighting Arena, I think that stood for. Yeah.
Yes, that was it.
I wanted it to go, but I couldn't. Too early in my career, they wouldn't pay for it back then. I would have had to walked.
Like maybe, or if I don't know how, like if there's going to be another CPT like this or whatever in the future, but hopefully like Russia gets the inclusion because again they're part of the EU East, Middle Eastern CPT, so hopefully maybe they get something in the near future.
We're looking at all these players like Duwactik, Julia, Ras.
Yeah, there's
Swag Skeletor.
Yeah,
he was always like doing work as well.
It's been ages. There's Sunmate as well. There's a very solid Colleen player called Zenon. Shouts to Zenon. Hopefully I pronounced that right.
Yes. Who was in the CPT at the weekend. Yeah.
Right, pressure being applied here from MuscleNood. I noticed this guy really has any meter to work with for CA. He's usually burning it on optimal 1 bar or 2 bar combo.
Okay, it's going to even it up on health more or less. How's he going to activate?
He's not dead yet.
No.
Headbutt for the sake of it? No?
No. Oh, not dead.
Wow. Wow.
All right, what's it going to be?
No Takamura.
DP. Oh.
No Takamura.
One light.
He's not going to do the Takamura.
Don't EXP drop. Oh, okay, spends the bar.
Hold on.
Nobody wants to commit. Oh, he does it. Anything's going to do it. Okay, maybe not
Cover your
quite.
toes. Cover your toes. It's coming. Ooh,
Okay.
It's cover your toes. He's trying to do what he did to Big
Don't
Man over
overhead.
the
Oh, he
weekend.
dashes in. Okay, no grab. Oh, coral kick. No, the double KO.
Put the camera on my face. Now, double KO, ladies and gentlemen. And Urian prevails. Pick Urian if you want to win. Double KO.
I can't remember the last time I saw a double KO.
So,
It's been a while.
the room I'm in, there's double KOs everywhere right now. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. But I'm not going to be facing Duwactik because I made a vow to myself after I watched him on the weekend. I said, listen here, jammers, don't mess with this guy. He's one of Russia's strongest. I ain't got time to be dealing with the headbutt. So what I am going to do is I'm going to move to the back of the queue right now because where's the pad?
It's definitely not a player I want to meet in Pulse.
Nah, definitely. I can't shake his hand either because 2 meters distance, baby. I don't have to shake any of your people's hands anymore. Because if I lose in a salty way, shouldn't have to deal with you. I'll be like, yeah, good games, bro. Stay over there. But I'll zoom in always and forever, baby. Make sure you follow Capcom Fighters to see the zoomed in version of Jammers. Screenshot it and send it back to me at Hasty Jammers. Make sure you do that. That's all I'm saying. Right, who's next? Who we got next? We got
Jester.
Jester Power.
We're going back to the start of the queue.
All right, cool.
PS4 player on deck, ready to go. Level 69, nice, versus level 89.
Well, I don't know if Jester's here. Hopefully he is. Oh, do you know what? I need to
Is he gone?
Is he gone? I don't know.
Oh no, he's
No, okay,
ready.
He's there. He's there.
In the dying seconds.
Do you know what? Poops. I literally forgot. I was having too much fun with the camera. I forgot to invite Mr. Crimson. All right, I've got to do it next game. My apologies, Mr. Crimson. This close-up is more so when St. Cola was commenting. Do you know what? That actually wasn't St. Cola's fault. I will tell you that now.
I think it was
wasn't his
just
fault.
the production team or whatever, kind of like not.
Because his when he done WSO with us, his camera and like his setting was actually all right. I don't know. I think it might have been Ultra Dave was too far, so it made him look extremely close.
It looked like he was constantly in the foreground the whole time, like really. Whereas like Ultra Dave was like off in the mountains somewhere.
Oh man, this is brilliant, man. Jammer's on fire. No, I'm just being an idiot tonight. I've had a really enjoyable weekend watching the CPT and laughing with some people. But no, shout out to everyone that participated. And I really enjoyed watching that topic. I know it was not really good for a lot of the players.
But in terms of the viewership experience, there was a lot of entertainment there. I really did enjoy it on that respect, at least.
Please fly out Ski Sonic to guest commentate your WSO. Only if you provide the funds, then we might consider it. And make sure you get Ski Sonic first class. And then I'll
just do it online. Like, why on earth would we need to...
Don't tell him that. Remember, don't tell him that part. We have to fly out all our guest commentators. Don't tell him that.
First class. No expense spared.
Shout outs to Shoryu Sengan, he's in the chat. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I don't think we should ever give Shoryu Sengan the power to zoom in on himself.
I really enjoyed you two as a commentary pairing. I think we definitely see more of that.
Look, do you know what? Right,
some of the things you were talking about, it was just like, I didn't expect it. It was very, came out of nowhere.
Because, listen, Sengan is an extremely funny person, right? And I think me and him have just got two different levels of humor, but we're able to get those quick retorts in real quick and question each other. It was so funny. I definitely was treading a fine line on the weekend. I definitely was treading a fine line on the weekend.
It's all good. It's all good. It was all innuendo. Innuendo is good because it can be taken one way or the other.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, Femi and Sengan were worse for doing the Dave Chappelle skit.
I mean,
I'd have to show you the song if you haven't seen it, man.
I haven't seen it actually, so I don't know what you're talking about.
So I'll send you the song.
Okay.
When the double P happened, I'll send you the song exactly what they were singing.
And Jammers is the reason why F Word and Sengan get fired from the CPT. It's a smart way to like increase your commentary revenue.
Look, man, what you got to do is get Sengan's invoice, just add it to mine. Activation there, and he's dead for the first.
He is, yep. That was a lot of hits.
What is Capcom Cup going to be like? Well, there's going to be 20 players. There's going to be 20 players there, first of all. We need to finalize the qualification.
One that'll be in there via popular vote as well.
Yeah, that was through the finalists, the 31 finalists that made it last year, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Anyone.
But there is a cut-off point. There's not anyone. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there was a
So that
cut-off
means that Big Birds would be eligible?
point. Yes.
Okay.
He will be. So there's still a chance.
Yes.
There is
Although,
still a chance.
obviously, the voting power is normally with the US player base, so I imagine they'll probably vote for one of their own, but you never know.
Yeah.
Stays in front, I would have blocked the other way.
All right.
If we're saying what is like Terminal's the most electrifying Urian,
Yeah.
what is Duwactik? Is it the most what Urian? Energy efficient?
The most terrifying Urian. I don't know.
Certainly, yeah, I mean, all the Urian players I can think of, this might be one of the ones that I would least want to fight. But at the same time, I kind of maybe want to play against it because, like, it'd be no holds barred. Just be going in the whole time.
Well,
Ready! I like that.
Matt, do you know how ready you have to be for that?
Insanely. And online ready as well. Online, like, UK to Russia ready.
Yeah, I don't know. Jester has been dropping quite a few things, so it might be a connection issue. But he's also experimenting as well. So. Just jumps back. Maintaining his distance there. Oh, the whip punish with the coral punch cancels the headbutt. You go for the Crimson Terror. Backs off.
Do we know if Duwactik? Do we know if Duwactik's ever like played in the Street Fighter 5 tournament outside of Russia offline?
I don't think so. But
Okay.
I think you can kind of say that for a lot of the Russian players outside of Sunmate and Ras. I don't know if we've seen a lot of the Russian community at offline events, especially the ones in Europe, which is easier for them to get to. So
yeah,
right.
I'm imagining getting like visas and stuff like can be a hell of a nightmare even outside of like COVID times.
Why is okay? That's refreshed. Can I get this guy in?
Oh, they were going to send him to Brussels, according to TCWR. What, you were going to send him to Brussels this year before it all kicked off?
There we go. Done. A lot of people had plans to go to
it was
Brussels.
cancelled. Yeah, it was going to be the first Brussels challenge I had been to, and I was so looking forward to it. I was going to kick off the CPT. So when it all kind of like fell apart because of COVID, I'm so gutted. And like, CCL was like the stuff he was telling about. He was going to like put on like the best one yet, and it was just going to be amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, hopefully it will happen again in the future. It just means that it's been like massively postponed, but it's just kind of gutting at the same time.
Yeah, it was a real shame because a lot of people had plans.
Yeah,
a lot of people had plans. Well, I was looking forward to going to a lot more events than last year. Hopefully travel to America a little bit more times as well. But coronavirus had other plans, baby.
A lot of people are calling it like the combo breaker of Europe, just because it's like the one that, you know, like does everything for the players. So like, you know, it's like as easy as possible to kind of like go and play your games and everything. All the setups have like, you know, perfect similar monitors and like, you know, headphone jacks and everything like that.
Did they set for Brussels or UFA or both? I think it was both. I think it was both.
I heard it for Brussels. I wouldn't be surprised if it was UFA as well. Maybe UFA was the CEO.
Maybe. Alright, pressure's been applied here. Escudo in vitro because he's going to have to hold all of this, I'm afraid. And he doesn't. You know what? He needs more ways into the DDT, but easier ways into that. Outside of getting a clean hit, which can be hard for him sometimes because he's going to be going for the regular command grab anyway, I think he needs easier ways into that. Like, maybe on counter hit, catch immediate punch, forces standing, or something. Yeah, just like another option. Make it a bit more diverse, you know, have more practicality to it. Yeah. Not just a gamble all the time. Yeah, it was kind of sweet. Real Jamal saying as well, Brussels would have been 24-hour venue, so you could have played like casuals all through the night. Listen, alright, cool. I've got something to say about 24-hour venues after this. Don't worry.
I've done 24-hour venues before. What was it? Like, what was it? The one in Sweden. DreamHack. That's 24 hours, and that is nuts. The blocks stays in front.
Hey man,
activates.
24-hour venues have their place, but I got words for them. Or not words for the 24-hour venues. I got words for the people.
I don't know where you're going with this. So I'm curious to see what you say.
Don't worry.
It's just in the post. Yeah.
It's in the post. So don't forget, Duwactik's on a win streak right now. So
yeah,
I get the highest win streak of the night.
We've had a kind of like quite a few players now that come and done their WSO debut and then put on a massive win streak as well. Like MuscleNood did it. Julia did it.
Anti-air headbutt, oh sorry, not anti-air headbutt, anti-air crouching fist there from Escudo. Alex is too strong. Listen, all it takes, right, is for Alex to get proper frame advantage off of landing powerbomb, and the entire cast is screwed. Yeah. And the entire cast is screwed.
It's definitely one of those characters where like one or two slight changes could put him to the top of the tier list very quickly. Good block. And that is definitely dead. Escudo takes the first game.
Looking good.
Alex wins.
Good,
cool.
Good.
All right. So Escudo taking that one there. And again, he's still using this costume. God,
yeah, likes
to be fair. Hey, maybe he does, but I guess he's just saying, look, Jammers, Matt, you're either going to get this one or you're going to get the ugly Christmas outfit. Pick your poison. Literally, pick your poison. Oh, he Condor dived in. He goes way too far when that whiffs.
Yeah, you can't really punish if it just goes over the top of your head. Difficult.
Good crouching medium punch again. I am so glad that's not a special cancelable button. I promise you, I'd be really upset.
Oh my god, no. Yeah.
Punch against special cancel.
Definitely not.
Crush counter, he's stunned. No, I'm getting another meter.
Challenges it, instant EX headbutt. Time to block. Throw into it. Ooh, still got one mirror to go. When's it coming out? There it is.
Back throw.
Yeah.
One of the most damaging back throws in the game, guaranteed. You got to be very careful when shimmying him as well, especially when near death or something, because regular grab, 160 damage, man. Got to be careful.
That's a lot. Big god.
Headbutt.
Oh, answered. Look like last ring would do that as well.
All right, range back.
Yep.
The Zeku back throw, yeah, man. I believe just in terms of like, if there's no like special requirement for the throw, so like a different position or whatever, I believe it is Alex and Veggey with the highest damage in back throws, 160. So
low, gets the crush, dash up, and again.
nice combo.
Yeah.
As much as I don't like Urian, he's got some nice combos.
Yeah, definitely.
We're whiffing that coral kick. Please be careful.
So this jab into like headbutt loops, those are the nasty ones.
Those are really cool. I like when 80 Terminal does them.
Yeah.
I really like when 80 Terminal does them. Shouts to 80 Terminal.
Sets them up well.
He's out.
Chase
huh?
down, yeah, it's a good option. It's a good option. I remember probably used to use that quite a lot. Can it, ooh, nearly. Got it anyway.
I think the thing is for me is the fact that usually people jump backwards, but Alex has a really good option jumping forwards because he can basically go full screen with the dive, right? So.
Yeah, it's something that you're not expecting, and you don't play that many Alex players anyway, so why would you be ready for it?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah,
Lariat,
out of the sky.
It's in there, baby.
Makes it safe, keeps it plus. Chopping away.
All right, try to get the anti-air crouch fierce, not in range. Lariat. Oh no. We have an execution errors. It might be CFA.
Charge.
Deep sleeper hold.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do?
Again. Doesn't care. He evens it up. No,
gets
he
one.
yeah.
Please be careful.
Stays in front.
Looking good for Duwactik right now. Throw might do another one.
Oh, the shimmy! Nice. Crouching fierce.
For the Shim Sham. He was actually really successful with that over the weekend.
It was, yeah. Hit the mark plenty of times.
And like I said, if that was blocks, that would have been the X Metallic Saphir, safe and block.
Yeah, makes it safe, and then you've been plus anyway.
Urian, one of the best in the game. He's not for everyone, but he is one of the best in the game, so. Final game between these two, first to twos.
Gonna take it, and we're gonna extend that win streak, and we're gonna start a new one.
This looks hard for Alex. From what I've seen so far between these two tonight, it does look pretty difficult. But again, you're looking at one of the best characters in Champion Edition right now, and one of the weakest characters, or the general consensus is Alex is one of the weakest characters. He's been like that for quite some time. And I'm not familiar with the Alex mindset of using his tools in particular matchups. I don't really look him up that much, so.
I mean, Alex has never been anything apart from low tier, has he? I mean, I don't think it's even been mid.
Low tier, Twitter tier.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lacking a trailer tier, apparently.
I do feel that Alex players, they play for highlight reels instead of to win, but they use that as an excuse to, you know, say he's bad.
So if I lose, it's because Alex isn't very good. And if I win, you suck.
Does Alex have a good matchup? I believe he does well against some other zoners.
Okay.
I believe he causes him quite a few problems. Just because of his style.
Double trade.
And his toolset. So Alex was briefly good in Season 1. Yes, that is very true. It was briefly. I like how that was worded. Alright, pressure being applied. Trying to get out. Slash elbow. I'm not sure if that was the punishable one, but Escudo lands a lariat. And he
wasn't ready. Okay. Gets it anyway. Crush counts for days.
He hasn't done a hyper bomb
again.
I think he's dead if he spends the bar. Yeah, if he spends the bar, he's dead. He's not going to spend it.
Oh,
he's being greedy.
he's been frugal right now. Bar. Chop
Doesn't
across.
even need it.
The chest saves all that bar. Final round. Who's your money on?
Don't ask me this again because it's just going to go the other way. Nah,
Come on, mate.
I'm picking Escudo.
I'll go for Duwactik.
Your homeboy. All right, back to the neutral. I don't really know how Alex really circumvents Metallic Saphirs outside of slash elbow. And he has to charge for that as well, by the way. So this looks pretty dire for him.
Fierce, cancel it. Ooh, hurt your medium punch.
Ooh. Lariat again. Lariat again. Abuse it, baby. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
He's got the life lead right now. I'm ready with the answer for the fireball.
I guess
Again, doesn't block.
well.
Yep. Frame range. Time to guess. Gets it. Counter hit confirmed. Like he always gets.
He's looking.
Where's the next mirror?
He's looking. He's trying to catch him shimmying. Oh! Escudo, please don't. He starts to be dead. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. And there you have it.
With the jab.
Just reflector.
Why do a heavier button than you need to?
I'm telling you, people, that mirror is too good. You can use it to win games and do anything. Just that's all it is. So, right, okay. Now that I'm zoomed in, right, let me tell you something. Right.
Go on, lay it on us.
24-hour venues. They're absolutely amazing. But you know what's not amazing, right? I noticed this one time when I went to a tournament and they had 24-hour venue. I left the venue at 1 a.m. I left the venue at 1 a.m. and I saw 2 people playing.
Right.
I came back to the venue at 9 a.m. Those same 2 players were in that seat. And I said, you haven't left this venue. That means you didn't brush your teeth. You didn't wash your face. Heck, you didn't even shower, right? You sat here and you're ready to tournament day and you didn't wash.
I've got one question.
What's the question?
Do you know the names of these 2 players?
I know one of them, but I'm not going to hold him out.
I didn't think you were going to do that.
I wasn't going to do that.
But you do know who it is.
I know who it was.
I'm finding out afterwards.
And I'm going to tell you something as well. When you go to 24-hour venues, and if I'm there, I'm watching you. Wash your hands, take a shower, but also I'm going to take a break so I can wash my hands. And we're going to come back to you shortly. Guys, don't go nowhere. And trust me, you won't see my nose or inside my nostrils. We'll come back and I'll be zoomed out.
One of the key ways to take full advantage of a knockdown and maintain offense in Street Fighter V is through your meaties. So let's define the term meaty. A meaty is when you go to attack your opponent as they are rising from a knockdown in such a way that only the latter part of the move connects with the opponent. Now when this happens, the situation for the attacker becomes a whole lot better, as the meaty could help strengthen pressure strings, or open up new combo possibilities on hit. Meaties are similar to counter hits in this sense and are used to help with Oki. You can also hit the opponent at the earliest time possible on their wake up, regardless of which part of the attack connects. This can also be classed as a meaty. The more active a move is, the easier it is to go for a meaty attack. And in this sense, your character might have an attack that covers both recoveries. Find out what meaty setups your character can do in Street Fighter V and practice them. Because your opponent will respect you a whole lot more if you show them that your meaty game is on point.
can't hear Jammer still. Can you hear him? I can't hear him. Can you hear him, Jammer?
All right, guys, and welcome back. After my hiccups and technical difficulties, I'm okay now, but I have a special guest with me. You need to introduce yourself. Talk to the peoples. Veggey, how you doing?
Thank you so much for flying me down to the UK today to do commentary with you.
What, you in the other room, yeah?
Yeah, you know the one at the end of the office door corridor there. So I'm very honored
2
by
meters
this.
apart, it's fine.
Yeah, 2 meters apart and 14 days of quarantine when I come back home. So it's worth it though. So thank you.
But yeah, good to have you down on the show. And obviously, you qualified, or not qualified, sorry, you entered the CPT during the weekend.
Did. Yes.
Did you enter the first one before?
I entered the first one as well.
Okay.
So it's not been a great season for my personal accomplishments, but I'm really happy that there were CPTs to enter. It helped. I think it helps a lot of the players on the teams to continue to have their teams. So I'm just thankful for that more than anything.
Yeah, obviously, like the qualification and the stakes were a bit different, a lot harder for a lot of the players because there's less spots. But yeah, he did enter his respective regions. Like you said, didn't go as well as he wanted it to. But again, very solid player, has a very interesting insight on the game. Sponsored by the same team Phenom is. Yes. So it's good to have his insight.
Thank you. It's great to. I was watching a bit earlier, and I think one of the things with when MuscleNood uses V-Skill 2, I think it complements his already usage of crouching hard punch as an anti-air. The way he kind of uses the anti-air, V-Skills gets in their face, kind of mixes. Since he's not a DP anti-air, he can utilize it more than someone who is a DP anti-air.
That is true.
Thing to look at, like where are your strengths and weaknesses when you choose for your character.
That is true. That's actually a very good observation there by Veggey, because there's some players that they're using Shotos, but they don't use their uppercuts. They use anything but that.
Yes, they use the jab, they use the crouching fierce, even with Ryu, and even standing heavy kick I've seen essentially, back heavy kicks, but not always DPs. DP is a hard thing to learn, to get down. It's not the first thing you learn, I think. Personally.
Yeah, of course. Because like, there's many things when it comes to, look, as Veggey was saying, crouch fierce into the V-Skill 2, and it connects meaty as well, so. Yeah. Right,
but I mean, I think you do get a mix-up to the V-Skill 1 as well. This is more consistent, solid.
I think it's definitely more of, or I guess, crouch fierce into the V-Skill again. Yeah, I think it's definitely more, because Kens were doing that with V-Skill 1, right? Do the crouch fierce into the run underwards. I think they want the mix-up more than the actual consistency behind it. Yeah. So, and this is a mix-up heavy game. It's highly offensive and a mix-up heavy game, so.
But I mean, there must be some. I think that V-Skill 1, when you run behind, it's not the same frame advantage at least as when you end up in front. So
yes, that is true.
It's more consistent. But I understand what you mean. I would probably use V-Skill 1 myself, but I like V-Skill 2 and I like how MuscleNood applies it. I think that's the way it's meant to be played with, like in a solid player, for a solid player.
Oh, trying to take a risk with EX headbutt there, Julia Hahn. So, what do you think of Julia's gameplay as a whole, if you've seen much of it?
I've seen a lot of, we're kind of the same region-ish, so we're in the same Discord, and I've seen Julia play, and I think it's way more solid and slow than most of the Hondas, which is why Julia is way more successful in general with matches than the other Hondas, because there is a smart game plan behind it as well, not just blocking with your face style, which will get figured out. There is definitely a game plan with like a thought process behind it that's strong.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of the strong Hondas that can take Honda to the game. Honda's meant to be played.
There you go. This is why we bring Veggey on, man. He knows the European scene pretty well. He's got a very interesting perspective, like I said. And it's always nice to get like other people's opinions regarding players within their own community, as well as using different characters as well to see a different perspective. So, but yeah, Julia has, for me, I've always said it, one of the better defenses, at least in her side of the world. And it is a case where, well, at least for me anyway, it's hard to break it down if you don't have a command grab anyway.
Yes, and I've noticed that when with different like characters, that they're shimmying her is harder than other people. Like the reads are good, the thought process, I like it a lot. I mean, people can say what they want about Honda, but the playstyle is good and the player is solid as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, as we were trying to talk about Julia and Hyper Up, MuscleNood got that perfect, looking to get the set as a whole. Oh man. Beautiful. But let's not forget, these guys have played each other before, but MuscleNood, he's been like improving like significantly over the past couple of months. Now he's had more time at home, more time to practice like everybody else.
When I saw MuscleNood the first time, it was like down in Ultra Platinum only 2 years ago, and he's come up to being able to play with the best, so he's leveled up quickly. I think he must have some understanding from before. It's hard for me to see a player rise that quickly like MuscleNood has done. Because he was very low ranked like only 2 years ago, already back up there now.
I mean, like, people learn at different speeds, right? And
That's true.
It takes a while for people to accept the game for what it is. It's completely different than 4, and it's definitely... Oh, I'm gonna get to the back. It's definitely a case where it takes a while for things to click for someone. And it's like, again, some people, it could have clicked like early in Season 1, it could have been Season 2. And again, there's understanding the game as a whole, like its mechanics and things fundamentally, and then there's things clicking for you in that particular season. So things have actually changed drastically from Season 1 till now. So
Absolutely.
it's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal.
It's slowed down a lot since Season 1. It's way more controlled these days than it's ever been.
Oh,
I think it's really fun to play this game these days. It's like an enjoyable experience.
Do you miss throw loops at all?
I didn't really play during Pro Loops, but I think they would have gotten to me. But I can't really say, because that season was gone, the whole season, the 2 first seasons, or at least the second season. So I don't remember them personally. I don't know how it was to deal with them, or to have them. Maybe I would miss having them. But I think the game is in a good place now. It's fun to play. It's really fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I enjoy it a lot now.
I definitely think Champion Edition, Street Fighter 5 as a whole, is in a better place. Still 5 more characters to come, couple more stages. You know, CPT happening for this year. I'm not sure if anything's happening next year or whatnot. We'll find out in months to come.
I hope that there is something, so that they continue either online or offline. So
I mean, it allows the players to train with a purpose, right? Just keep competing and leveling up in their own way, shape, and form.
Exactly, and it allows there's a reason for teams to keep players as well. So it's just good for everyone.
Shouts to Phenom in the chat. He misses meatless DPs.
Yeah,
I know you do. you had one of the highest success rates in Season 1.
Yes. That was crazy, actually. I wonder what the thought process was in that match for both players. One must have been, he won't do it again, and the other one must be, he don't think I'm gonna do that again. Let's do it. And they went back and forth like 11 times like that.
Look, man, meatless DPs. You didn't realize how good they were until Capcom took them away from you. That was it, man. That was it.
You know what I've noticed with Just the Power lately?
Talk to me.
He's become really good at defensive instant air throws. Like we saw earlier in the last round at the end there. That's something he did not do 2 seasons ago. Maybe started late last season. I haven't seen it until this year or end of last year, and he does it. I'm sure we'll see it more if he gets to play more.
Oh, that punish on the EX Fireball. That was brilliant stuff there from Jester. Yeah, I mean, it's something that, would you say it's something that Veggey players should be learning to play at the highest level? Do jump back air throws, so there's like jump back button?
I think they have to. I mean, jump back button works kind of the same way, but I think the jump back air throw has. You can correct me, you probably know, but it has high priority maybe. It's stronger when it's active, and you get a very good position. So I think that when you are ready to do it, you can stop. You can keep people in the corner, which is so important in the game. And if you can't keep them in the corner because you let them jump out, then you will lose one of the better positions. So I think it's very important. Yes, definitely.
Someone said stop analyzing this game like it's deep or hard. Well, I'll stop analyzing the game like that to you in the CPT. If you haven't, I'll continue to analyze the game.
Oh, it's definitely.
I like analyzing the game.
Yeah, it's definitely deep. It's just very quick, but it's definitely deep.
To be fair, this guy sounds like a rock, paper, scissors champion. He knows what it's all about.
Yeah.
He knows what it's all about. All right, there you go. Getting the pressure applying there.
Do you know what changed with close pressure? I feel like they were standing with you more than they did earlier.
I know there was a couple of changes to the clawed version. I can't remember anything exactly with clawless, but he feels a little bit more threatening than he was
feels
before.
Like more in.
He just gets better as the years go by, but he's definitely a sleeper. I know he's not like brilliant, but like I keep saying before, the more we see Vegas featured in these CPTs, top 16s, top 8s, the online CPT, right, you guys are probably going to make Capcom change their mind about what they've done to this character.
But they can always argue online, so they can see you can't change until you do it offline. So you can get another season maybe. That was nice.
Okay, no, he's not biting, he's not taking the bait, but he built enough great damage and he still didn't kill.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I'm back.
Don't you just hate it when that happens? When you you defend for so long and then you land on the fireball for the kill. It's the worst feeling.
It's a very panicky situation. Sometimes you jump back too early, then like you said, you jump on the fireball. Sometimes you do the neutral jump a little bit too late, land on it. But then even if you neutral jump at the right time, the guy is probably recovered in time. They can catch you by other means. So there's several things that are very dire, and it's like, well, that was checkmate no matter how you looked at it. So.
You know, just the power style is really slow. I wonder, why do you think Close never like apply a runaway game more? You know how when he's cornered, just get out with his bars instead of trying to get out in a normal way. Because his strength is when he's controlling neutral, right?
That is very true. I think it's just they're playing Veggey to his strengths, the nature of the game, because you can easily turn things around if you try and do the wall jump's the easiest way, but then you can still try and catch that depending on the situation. Flying Barcelona, they get more capitalization out of it, connecting instead of trying to use it to escape. So I don't know. I don't think he gets much reward for running away though. I think probably that's my answer to that. I think he's dead. Yeah, he's done.
Oh, nice.
He's done.
Beautiful conversion with the V-Skill 2. That's not as... It's a strong tool. I like this tool for Ken, making him a more solid character.
I think there is buttons with that are fast and have a high hitbox. They could definitely counter that as well. There are consistent answers to it, but you have to be ready as a player. And if you're focusing on that too much, it allows you to dash, it allows you to do a regular jump. So there's definitely a couple of mind games with the V-Skill 2, but over time, I think people will get comfortable with dealing with it. But for now, MuscleNood is utilizing it to the best of its ability.
It seems to fit him really well. I like seeing it. I'm glad he didn't just toss it away. A lot of people toss away the new stuff because it seems sweet at first. So I like it when people actually get in there and check out the new tools. Chun-Li used to say that V-Trigger 2 wasn't strong, but now they're all using it, so...
Well, look, V-Trigger 2 with Chun-Li is good if you're good. And as I say
exactly.
that, MuscleNood closed out that game against Jester, taking it over 2-0. But, I mean, going back to what you're saying about, you know, tossing aside their V-Skill 2 or just completely neglecting it, it's usually we have the same problem with the V-Triggers, right? It's in comparison to their V-Trigger 1s. That's the mindset that's going in. It's like, this isn't good, but what do you mean it's not good? In comparison to what V-Skill 1 is. And because you were working with V-Skill 1 for so long, you've kind of nearly brought it to its full potential. You fully optimized it. And then this new V-Skill just comes into the fray and you're like, nah, it doesn't do this, it doesn't do that. You don't want to relearn that, go through that process again. It's like learning a new character, right? So I can see the perspective from the players. But again, there are some V-Skill 2s that completely change characters, so...
Some of them, yeah.
All right, so... Oh, go on.
No, I think, for instance, for G, you would never think that he'd get another useful V-Skill, but he got a defensive V-Skill and suddenly he's like, it's hard for some of these slow characters to even keep up with him, so...
So, do you think his V-Skill 2 is pretty good? The G protection?
In general, I wouldn't say... I don't have that much experience with it, but in general, I wouldn't say so. I would say that it's good against character that could kill him if they first got in like Zangief. It's a real counter-pick V-Skill, from what I see. Looks good. As in that way, I've seen it used to make Zangief's lives pretty hard. So I think for those matches, probably.
Yeah, I actually think G protection's good against the big bodies. I actually do think G protection's good against the big bodies. All right, so MuscleNood, he's had a really good start to this round here. But Mr. Crimson, now correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Crimson won Salt Mine this past weekend?
Yes, I think he did. And
Jesus.
He did, definitely. He's been doing really well on Mine, like, I've seen. He won, he got second or first at the throwdown tournament as well.
Yeah.
Pairing Dawson with G.
Hey,
it's
man.
not someone you want to run into.
Two extremes, they're really good characters in their own right. Listen, Dawson's not top 3, but he definitely isn't bottom 5. I'll tell you that much. He's in a solid place, I feel, this season. And, you know, guys like Mr. Crimson, Broski as well, bringing out the potential in him. Shouts to Arturo Sanchez and YHC Mochi. They bring out the best in this guy.
Definitely. He's like elusive, escapist, and he has the mixes, as you can see. The good mix. The good stuff. The low, the overhead. Wow, beautiful.
Alright, gonna get the activation and no side swap there, but he gets the back throw instead.
Takes the throw.
He's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
He wasn't gonna take one more throw. So
Crazy.
that is a crimson thing that MuscleNood knows that he does not like taking those throws.
I mean, look, like we said, Mr. Crimson's been putting in a ton of work as of recent. He's been very consistent with the tournaments he's entered online, winning 2 Salt Mine leagues, you know, placing really well in the Invitational a couple of weeks back. And, you know, he had the exhibition with Luffy in the SFL preseason, beating him 4-1, I believe.
Yeah,
versus Dawson.
That was good. That was actually crazy. I didn't think that would happen.
I think right now, if you're going off of just 2020 alone, I think Mr. Crimson is the best French player right now.
Oh yeah, in 2020 alone, based on online results, definitely.
Yeah. If we're looking at like legacy as a whole and just like as a player overall, I'd still put Luffy as the best. But right now in 2020, I think Mr. Crimson is the best Street Fighter 5 player in France.
You know what I think is interesting? That in the match that Ken has to overextend, he does go for the... unlucky. Was that a setup, you think, from Mr. Crimson getting over that far EXDP?
Yeah, so I believe it avoids particular reversals, and if you V-reversal and it moves you forward, your V-reversal doesn't get him. But I don't know if he can get the same punish as he did there. So that's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, I'd like to ask Mr. Crimson about that later, just to see.
Man, because that DP wasn't going to work. I respect the attempt there from MuscleNood, but I definitely that DP wasn't going to work. That was really unfortunate there. All right, so 1-0 to Mr. Crimson.
And MuscleNood is definitely trying to get in by whiff punishing, but he's cornered himself very quickly by doing it. So.
See, I'm telling you, Dawson's not a bad character, man. He's not a bad character.
The screen is long enough. Yeah, well, that could be said in the other way as well, because Dawson does thrive in a long stage, I guess, with his own. But the way I think Hurricane does that is that he moves in more than he moves out, so that when you whiff, you're not already in the corner. That's a thing to take in, that you can't move back all the time, because then you just won't press, as we saw earlier in this round. So.
Alright, so MuscleNood about to get V-Trigger activated. There it is. Can he kill? He's got the ball. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. Good block and he's punished. What's it going to be? And then hang on. He's still got a lifeline here. He can still throw 1 or 2 fireballs, but gotta be careful, man. Watch out for that stand fierce or something. Oh.
Of course. That's a strong tool from Kev, man. That's nice.
Yeah, and I like that guys like MuscleNood have been using it at times where he'll jump and he knows you want the anti-air to win the game. So you use it at a crucial time and it's really tense.
And you definitely want to be ready to anti-air there, and you might not be ready for the cross-up Tatsu.
Yeah.
I think Ken would be able to beat the stand jab with his jump fierce, so it was probably needed to do the crouching medium punch from Crimson, which is why crossover was a very good option from someone just intently focusing on getting that one last hit, I guess.
Alright, just backing off to the neutral here, looking for a limb, just trying to counter poke or something here while waiting for his V-Trigger 1.
But now moving more in, which is nice to see, so we might more off.
Richard, if you're listening, can you look at your phone, please? Alright, there's the Yoga Burner activated.
Guaranteed damage sets.
Is he waiting for... Oh no! Oh, that was so lucky! That was so lucky! Alright, just backs off. I think he's just gonna have to... He tried it again. Nah, it's too far.
Yeah, definitely way too far. Maybe a jump fierce will be a better option at that point.
But I think before, when he's on the cross-up Tatsu, he was closer. And Mr. Crimson went for the crouching medium punch. At that point, he was a little bit further out. Wasn't going to work out that time. Yeah, isn't it?
I mean, the frustration probably got a bit to it too. So that's the thing with Dawson. You need to keep your composure no matter how angry you get.
I don't know, man. I think just by design, you're going to be frustrated from 99 seconds. I mean, there's some characters that completely smother him, but at the same time, it's...
Which would that be in your opinion? The smother Dawson?
Bison. Who else? Mika.
Oh, Mika too. I don't think Luffy would agree though, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay, with the Mika-Dawson matchup, it's just cat and mouse. But I know Luffy says it's extremely hard, and I agree that it's hard to get in, but once you're in, you're not really complaining. Mr. Crimson said Mika's a hard matchup for Dawson, and I agree with that part. But again, there's a couple of characters where if you play consistent against, or consistently keep these aggressions out, it's okay, but they only need one opportunity to get in. That's what Street Fighter 5 is built around. That one opportunity to win you the game. So,
That's a good point, but also there's just one opportunity to get out, and then Mika probably doesn't like to get in the game. So maybe when both sides insist that the matchup is even or hard for their side, maybe it's more of a middle ground, but it just feels frustrating. Oh, beautiful. Every time MuscleNood goes up with the perfect, we have a conversation about something else.
listen, man, MuscleNood is here to make sure that he's ready for the EU West CPT that's going to happen in a month's time. But
he's
like I said, man, yeah, he should be entering. I wouldn't see why he's not going to enter unless his work commitment.
That's true. I hope he enters. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Gale pressure. And then he's going to close out this round. 2 bars, maybe? Doesn't even need 2 bars.
The way it's better now. I just did it the way that they asked me to when I started.
Good throw attack.
Yeah, I get closer. It's a closer to my opponent.
Oh, hold on. Go for the setup. Good block. Double Gales. He's working on the perfect, Veggey. As I said it, he lost his opportunity.
Yeah, he has to run back for the perfect. Do you think maybe Ken should be reversing the pressure when he's airborne to get a knockdown more than trying to get the V-trigger active?
I don't know what his frame advantage is like when he uses a V-reversal and gets a knockdown on airborne opponents.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know how effective it is for Ken in this matchup, to be honest. Oh, that's going to be dead.
Most likely. Yeah, there you have it. On PC, Mr. Crimson is not going to miss that punish. For sure. If he is on PC now, though.
Yeah, they're both on PC now.
Yeah, beautiful. And then the connection is probably very good too.
Yeah.
So.
But again, we've said this before. If you guys have the opportunity and you got the finances to invest in PC and you can convert and play Street Fighter 5 on that for a better experience, please do so. Don't be a peasant like me playing on PlayStation 4, because that's where all my other games are stored on. Because the Street Rider likes to call me a peasant for just having fun.
But you do have a PC.
I don't have a PC.
You don't have one?
I have a laptop. I don't have a desktop.
I mean, I play on the laptop, so it's better than I got me a bowl, but the laptop is definitely better than the desktop.
Hey, man.
So,
listen, I think at this point, everyone's saying it's a case where it's like, look, if you can convert to PC, like a lot of the Japanese players done it as well, right?
Yeah, and they're showing a lot of love and hype for like all the events these days.
Yeah.
A lot of hype stuff coming out from Daigo on PC. A lot of good stuff filling the FGC lives of the people.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, I'll say what I said with Matt earlier. I'm not sure how next year is going to pan out. Is it going to be a CBT? Are we going to go back to somewhat normal? And I'll wait till how things finish up this year and pan out, and then it goes right. If we have another potential time of the CBT online, then I'll think about investing in it.
Yeah, if you have to go, I would understand that. So, Mr. Crimson going G. Is this might be one of the characters that Dawson doesn't like fighting against? I don't know. Practicing it out with the G.
I did say before, Alex does cause the zoners a little bit of a hard time, so maybe this is a matchup he's trying to invest a little bit more time into. He probably can play it with Dawson, but he'd rather not.
Yeah, rather learn it.
Yeah, I think there was, when you have like 2 characters now, it's a case where it's like, well, look, I can play the matchup with a game plan with this character, or just go with the easier option and just not necessarily let Jesus take the wheel, but it's much easier. Alright.
Yeah, he's definitely enjoying playing this character. So.
He's stunned? Are you dead? No, you're not. You're still alive.
No, it's Alex.
He can build the V meter for maximum president. There it is. G barrier. He backs off. What is Escudo going to do to get out of this? If he gets one hard kick activation, I think Mr. Crimson might be done. He haven't. Playing it safe there, closing it out. Alex versus Sim is not very fun. It's very scary. Yeah, okay, I can understand that. I mean, if you got the option, go and change. Good buffer. Good buffer. Ooh.
Nice delay.
And he's stunned. Escudo holding up It's hilarious. It's absolutely ironic when command grab characters hold up against their opponent when they have a command grab as well. Now you know how it feels.
I mean, I agree with you, but at the same time, the reward from command throwing with G is the same as landing the combo, which is different for Alex. So holding up with Alex is not a very good idea, but against G it might save your life. But,
yeah, for sure.
The frustration of not having DP against this kind of mix-up is probably showing when you see these kinds of double ups.
Yeah, but it's like, look, we all have access to the same character select screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what you signed up for when you pick these characters, right? And again,
definitely.
Or you can ask any top player this that doesn't play a character reversal. There are going to be rounds where you are completely dominating, complete control. You're playing to your character strengths, highly offensive, and then on the flip side, you're just going to get steamrolled. You just have to mitigate the amount of times you get steamrolled.
That's true. Good points.
Right, so we're going into game 2 here. Mr. Crimson up by 1. G is broken, matchups don't matter. Look, G is a character, I will say it, he doesn't really play matchups. He has some difficult matchups, but for the most part he doesn't play matchups.
But even in the difficult matchups, we're talking 2 hits for the win in the after the activation.
Oh, of course.
So I mean, he's better fitted to fight bad matchups than a lot of characters, I would say.
No, that's a very good way of putting it. Just because of how he's built into the V system, and obviously V Trigger 1 being extremely prevalent.
Extremely good.
Blocks 10, and he goes low. Good blocks from Escudo. He was willing to take the command grab and lose the round. He is burning this bar. Oh, you're dead. Yeah, you're done.
Slowly like, pushing himself into the command throw range. Looks like he's just burning his bar, but yeah, that was great. Getting like close that way, I think that's really smart. I haven't seen they do it like that. I've seen walk up command throws, but I haven't seen that much of like putting yourself slightly closer every time with a little bit more of the bar.
I think it's hard to necessarily do, and it's hard to realize because it's still a risk, right? Because if you're, like you said, if you're slowly edging yourself to put yourself in command grab range, there's still a risk of the guy jumping when need be.
Exactly.
So. All right, try to get the buffer into, or the cancel into get smash over. Unfortunately, didn't happen. There's the DDT. Guess for the game. Yep.
Yeah, nice.
Guessed wrong.
He got his revenge from holding up at least.
All right, and he smashed to close it out there for Escudo. Can he bring it to 1 apiece? We will see.
Both up with his super.
Ooh. Yeah, he goes way too far with that. Even G smash over couldn't chase that. You might have to double dash twice, but I don't know who's going to be absolutely ready for that. That's the thing. I don't know who's going to be ready to chase that down.
Oh, no punish. That's unfortunate. I mean, sometimes it can be a bit awkward, I think, but should maybe be ready on the second, like you said.
Maybe.
Yeah. Who knows?
Gonna activate here. Goes back to the neutral, and he's neutral jumping just in case. Maybe a spin kick or smash under or something. Mr. Crimson hasn't got any meter yet, so he's not going to be looking for those buffers quite. Now he's got the meter.
Nice defense.
I think he's
I like that escape.
Yeah, he's going to have to force the V reversal or something. Good anti-air G barrier. That was a risk, but good anti-air.
Now it starts. Just takes it now. So.
The activation. There it is. I think he's dead. Forward hard punch activate. He's done. Spin kick to close it out.
Nice. Taking that command throw was very, very good. I like that. There's not even a point of guessing there for Mr. Crimson, as he knows that when he's out, which he will be after taking that command throw, he has slightly more life and he's in God mode. So,
hey man, we've said this time and time again. Veggey's probably said it on Twitter or other places while streaming with Phenom. But definitely knowing your situations for both your character, the benefits, and your opponent's benefits from certain situations as well. It's a must. And also weighing in the risk reward. Because sometimes I feel some people do things with complete disregard as to what the outcome is going to be. And sometimes you lose a game when you really shouldn't have lost. Because you didn't weigh in the risk reward.
Absolutely. Yeah, because in that range, it's like, Mr. Crimson probably knew he was going to get command thrown, and the other guy knew that Mr. Crimson knew. But it's like, on high level at least, it's almost always going to be that command throw landing because that slight chance that is not doing the command throw and you losing the game when you probably will after taking that command throw is so little that it's like almost automatic. This damage is coming and then we start again.
Yeah.
I feel. It's a funny situation to think about because it's like an agreement. You just do this command throw and then we start.
Just do the command grab so we can get on with it. You know what I mean? And as we say that, he has landed 3 command grabs in the corner.
For the corner.
And then the headbutt from Duwactik as well. He's not having any of it. He might be planning that. Mental. I like that.
Nice.
He hasn't leveled up yet either.
Taking on Oki instead.
Nice side swap. I'm not sure if that's the metallic Severe he wanted, but it's going to work out for Duwactik anyway.
Stays in front. And that's that.
Look at that. Complete domination by the president to only be turned around by the members of the Illuminati. That's how it goes out here.
Because G in the lore is kind of like against the gods, so you in guild, no?
Sorry, say that again?
In the lore, G is like the antagonist against or protagonist against these guys, right? Urian and G.
I think so. I'll have to double check his story.
I feel like that's why he's, doesn't matter, but I kind of got that impression.
Alright, he's gonna get the activation. Is he gonna command grab him? Oh, he tried! He tried!
Even.
Oh, man. Come on, man. We saw that.
Yeah. I think it was a good try. After landing 5 command throws this one game, you're gonna block that one. I think it was a.
He's gonna hold up eventually.
Yeah.
He'll hold up eventually.
Yeah, he did.
Alright, so
both positions were great. So.
Can I just say shout outs to Cadaver747. I've been pronouncing Duwactik's name wrong. So Duwactik is how you pronounce it. My apologies. I said Duwactik, but apparently there's an S, so you say Duwactik. So that's definitely gonna take a while to get that right.
So that was okay. It's even hard to hear the difference. Almost, so.
It definitely takes a while, and again, I'm not a huge fan of butchering people's names, so I'll definitely learn that once the stream is done. So thank you for telling me how to pronounce it properly. Alright, so he is 1 up.
It's kind of a slugfest, these guys, like mixing each other up and killing each other off instantly.
I mean, it's what you get in this game. You'll get some completely volatile matchups, explosive matchups, and there'll be other times it's completely slow, but he's running. Duwactik is running away with it. Look at that. Oh my word, he's not dead yet. Oh no! Oh, that was a demolishing. Not my day.
That was a performance fit for a runner-up of a CPT qualification tournament.
Look at that.
Is what I would call it.
He's on fine form. And remember, all you have to do is power up, baby. Make sure you savor this, and you too can perfect the president of Street Fighter 5. Alright, so who's up next? We got Akainu next?
Okay.
So again, let me ask you something real quick, sorry. Just the state of the game, and I want to know your top 5 characters. I want to know Veggey's top 5 characters.
I think it's hard to say top 5.
I mean, everyone else in their mums has been giving a tier list. I'm sure Veggey can give us his tier list as well.
I mean, I gave one earlier, but I haven't thought about it that much lately.
Okay.
But I would at least put Seth in top 5.
Okay.
Easily. For me, it's easy. I don't know about
there as well?
Rashid. I think so. You're in top 5. I think so. At least top. Yeah. We put him there now. And I mean, people would want to say Rashid, but I don't think people have really started abusing his nerfs yet or figured out how severe they might be.
Okay.
So I want to wait to talk about Rashid until I honestly think it might have always been that way, and then I don't understand what we complain about. But the EX, if you look for the EX Whirlwind, you just jab it when it comes.
Yeah, you can press on the
now.
light attack because it's much easier to deal with than it was like 2 seasons ago. But I think people just still aren't comfortable with just dealing with Rashid as a character.
That's what I think. So I don't want to put him in S tier when I'm still not seeing that people are taking advantage of these changes. So I want to see that before I talk about Rashid. So I won't even put him in the top 5. Not because I don't think he's good, but because it's hard to say when people aren't really doing. Oh, beautiful reaction. Come on, man.
That was sick. Wow. And that
nice.
Was come on. Duwactik is coming in. He knows. He's got the matchup knowledge, baby. He knows what he wants to do.
He's a super good player. So I hope hope people understand that it's not just an online thing. He's a really good player. strong performance and well-deserved placement. I think he had a rough way all the way. So no easy
He
matches.
was running through people in the bracket.
Yeah, and there were no easy matches for him. They didn't have like he was well deserved. If anyone deserved to go far, he was one of them. That's for sure.
Okay.
So, I will also put Cammy in that top 5, if that's okay.
That's fine.
With you. I think she's still underrated, to be honest.
She counters a lot of the meta characters. Doesn't really lose that many matchups. I know she's got low health and whatever in a high damage game, but she doesn't really lose that many matchups. So
She doesn't. So those are at least 3 of the top 5. And if I remember the rest of my list, I will add that to this conversation at a later point, if that's okay with you.
that's fine.
So that I can try to.
I mean, you didn't mention Akuma at all. Are you not sure? Are you not sure about Akuma?
I think you guys are always too hyped for Akuma. Akuma is a strong top 10 character, but
Okay.
it's not. To me, it depends maybe on how you see it. Consistency is very consistent. But
Right.
he's not like that overwhelmingly strong. It's just very good. I don't feel like you meet Akuma and then you're worried that you might die on the next interaction all the time. Like you do against Urian, you are legit worried about dying on the next interaction a lot of the time. It's not like that with Akuma. Maybe when he has super. So for me, it's hard to put him in top 5. And I think it's more of a.
Akuma's got a strong aerial approach. Well, most of the top 5 that people put in their top 5, they've got strong aerial approaches. Outside
That's
of
true.
Colleen for solidity when she's in there, but
Yeah,
I'm very surprised Veggey has not said Akuma in top 5.
I would put him in the top 10 and one of the best best tournament characters, but top 5 characters not that overwhelming. I think he's pretty I think he's well designed and I think he's balanced as a character. So
Are you guys
Yeah.
hearing this?
yeah,
I want someone to take this entire segment, re-record it, and when the next time Veggey streams with Phenom or by himself, and when he starts complaining about Akuma,
that's
send
I
it
don't
back to
complain about Akuma on any character really. I like this character design. I think it's good, except for the super maybe. That might be a bit too much. The super, even though the demon super, it might be too much. So. But Akuma, I like this kind of approach to character strength.
damn, man, he is running through him here, Duwactik, against Akainu. But like you said, I can kind of see it here as we've been talking as well. There has been a couple of issues that Rashid has had in the neutral. But again, it's taken a while because the fact that it's taken this long for people, well, Rashid to be toned down a little bit as time went on and people to slowly get accustomed to Rashid, because how much proper Rashid experience do you get outside of the highest level in the CPT?
That's true.
Because I think the average player's philosophy of Rashid is not that brilliant. That's just my personal, opinion. The average player,
That's a very good point.
the average Rashid player's perspective on his character is we don't know what to do.
Yeah, you're very right. So it was a great character for them to pick, especially in the start when you didn't have to know what to do, right, to play Rashid. Now you kind of have to know what to do to play Rashid, and these players are dropping off Rashid because he's not that big of a he's strong, but he's not that. You're not just gonna die like that anymore. I feel personally.
Well, who's still playing like the highest level? We've got Big Birds, Gachiken, Moke, John Takeuchi, JB, Jill Kevin. So it's like there was only a handful. Paul King as well. Yeah, there's only a handful. And again, a lot of the other guys that were playing Rashid, they've dabbled in Seth. They've picked Cammy. They've gone elsewhere, but I think he's still a solid character.
Oh, definitely. I would never say he's bad. Don't get me wrong. But I think maybe S tier or top 5 tiers is remembering how he was. Like, if he DP'd you from a little bit over mid-screen, he had corner pressure before. It's not like that anymore because of the nerf to the EX DP. So it's not as easy for him to just get pressure. All these small things add up, I think, personally. So if I was Akainu, I would definitely keep playing Guile and not going to Rashid now. So I don't know what you think about that.
Maybe it's something to study for particular players, or maybe there's one or two matchups he doesn't like where he feels a bit more comfortable with Rashid. Because when you have 2 characters or more, there will be some matchups where there's a situation you can deal with your main character, but you rather not. But your pocket character just has an answer that works every single time.
That's
and
true.
just like maybe Rashid has one of those answers for.
Maybe,
kind of in a situation or something. So
these are small chipping away.
oh, he's gonna get stunned here,
That was a nice bait.
and is going to go for the whirlwind shot follow-up, the mix-up. Even Urien can get mixed as well. Oh no, he's going to activate a minute.
But now,
You know what? I completely agree with that EX spin and mix-up.
Yeah,
only
why not?
because the EX headbutt came out earlier. It came out seconds earlier, and it's like, look, you have to respect me just as much as I have to respect you.
yeah, no, I mean, like, the next guessing wrong was dead anyway, so you might as well guess early. Get it done.
Hey, man.
You won't lose.
Go down swinging.
Yeah. He
down,
had life, but not enough life to survive a wrong guess in that V-trigger, so... I mean, you expect him to catch him off guard pretty early like that. So I like it, but come on.
Damn,
this
no
was
way.
fast round.
I thought he was going to perfect him. Like, nah, we've seen enough perfects from MuscleNood tonight, mate. Duwactik. I think he's got a perfect as well tonight as well, though.
Yeah, he's saying, I beat Angry Bird. No, I beat Big Bird's machine. You need to bring something else to the table, because I know this match.
Overhead, taking it out there. Duwactik taking it over. And Urien wins once again. You thought I lost the remote. I didn't lose it, baby. I only zoom in when Urien is top 5.
Which he is, definitely.
And remember, Veggey won't tell you. The EX headbutt needs to go. It
You think
needs
so?
to go. No, not really. He needs it. Because if he didn't have EX headbutt, half these Urien players wouldn't be doing what they've been doing now. They need EX headbutt. So I'll let you have it.
Whoa!
I'll let you have it. Listen,
That was
I'm playing
crazy.
the character. I haven't played the character with reversal for so long right now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty jealous of characters with reversals. But like I said, we all have access to the same character select screen, but I do not have as much charisma and bravado as a man like Duwactik. That's why. Make sure you follow his Twitter account at I'm Duwactik. Make sure you watch the archives back over the CPT over the weekend, but you won't see me this close to the camera. I'll be this far away when he has one bar, because I'm not dealing with that EX headbutt into V-trigger mix-up, baby. I'm not dealing with that.
Yo!
Are we seeing a
Interesting.
Blanca? Are we seeing a Blanca? Who picked Blanca?
Julia, huh? You know, once a charge character player, always a charge character player. That's what they say.
You know what? That's actually a fair point. That
It
a
is
fair
though.
point. And the thing is, to be fair, Julia has picked a lot of annoying characters as of recent. But I know she's a very versatile player, actually. She's tried
course.
Python, she tried Boxer. Now I'm seeing a Blanca I've never seen before. But what's your opinion on Blanca?
I mean-
have you seen much of him this season?
Oh, I think Blanca is a character that's before you get the V-trigger right. This character is very well designed, in my opinion. But the V-trigger is it's kind of a bit too much sometimes. But
Are we talking about
this-
V-trigger 2 or V-trigger 1?
Yeah, no, V-trigger, the one with the mixes, flying around the screen.
Yeah, V-trigger 2 then,
definitely.
okay.
Yeah. So I think I really enjoy fighting Blanca for about 2/3 of every round, and I'm having a lot of fun. And then I'm shaking my head a bit. So I think the character is well designed, but there's something about the potency of V-trigger 2 that might be a bit too much. I mean,
I don't think it's received any changes ever since Blanca was
I think it's been the
released.
same.
But
It's been the same all the way. Yeah.
tried to do the wild throw, didn't really work out. But yeah, I believe Blanca's got 2 brilliant V skills. I think both his V skills are really good in their own right. Good damage output, good anti-airs, crouch and beating punch, very good. Obviously, EX up ball, especially when V-trigger is ready to be activated, you get tons of damage. He's got some good stuff, and obviously a lot of the gimmicks are there, and the annoyance in neutral. It's just been like that for ages. Why did you go for that?
No fun.
Sneaky. Is it going to work out? No perfect for you?
No, but it doesn't really matter because that was kind of a perfect round.
That was a
very
quick
good round.
I think
Urien
Julia.
kills fast. That's what I meant earlier. Urien's like, you even without V-trigger, you just die.
Yeah, but tell
the
me,
left right is in the corner anyway. Right?
out of
You
that,
die.
like, you know, that pocket or like category of characters that if they get that one hit with the ball rolling right off the bat, who doesn't kill fast? Remember, a lot of because the stages are so small, your combos have huge screen carry, or it looks like they have huge screen carry. You're in the corner, lack of defensive options make it harder to get out. And again, Urien's very active anyway, so when you're trying to do some react, it just says counter hit.
He has good, that's true. Those are good points, but I feel like when we watch, for instance, Ken's today, it's not been as fast, even though he has potency and damage in his two. Again, that's like the 3rd shimmy in a row.
Hey,
Oh, it would have worked again?
done another. Where is Duwactik getting his meter from? I've been asking this since Saturday.
But I think maybe you can see now how you can open up Julia Han by taking it out from Duwactik.
What, just pick Yuri again?
No, just shimmy. That's what he's doing at least for the fast kills. I think that was 4 shimmies. Would work.
Yeah, he's been very confident. And again, to be fair, you might know this as well because I know you've been dabbling with Colleen and a bit of Cammy as well. When you're not playing your main character, you tend to actually peck more on defense.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you don't know that character's respectable answer.
And you autopilot a little bit more because you're a bit more like distant. You're thinking about more about to learn. You're thinking more maybe, so you're not thinking that much about the defensive things. You're more thinking about what happened. Why did I get hit? Maybe because you're still learning, so you're not that aware. Maybe that's just a thought. Maybe you're not really that into the moment after you got hit because you're trying to still process that you got hit. I think maybe.
I think these two are trolling each other. Duwactik is definitely building meter right now. Oh my word. They are too familiar with each other right now. Lovely follow-up there on the Blanca ball. And he's done, Blanca Chan. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Put the plushie back on the shelf in the bedroom.
And that's an S tier costume though. Top 5 costumes.
Yeah.
If you ever ask me about those costumes,
and
top 5 costumes,
listen,
I'd put it there.
It is so S tier. It is so above the gods of Street Fighter 5 that you can't use it in the CPT.
No, really? Is it bad?
Online. Of course it is.
Why?
What, you out to ruin people's day? Why are you not a Blanca player then? Why are you not a Blanca player?
I mean, why I'm not a Blanca player?
Yeah, you love that.
I don't even want to say why, because I think that would be too offensive. So
what? Veggey being a Blanca player?
No, I don't want to say why I'm not a Blanca player.
I don't know. It doesn't fit your tastes. Maybe like visually, mechanically.
I think mechanically, I don't like this kind of play. I think I would get very bored playing this style. So
okay,
needs more to happen. Which is weird for me to say since I do play very slow and boring in some people's eyes. Maybe your own eyes. I don't know. What do you think? I personally like it.
No, I think like your fundamentals are definitely strong. They're there, but I think going from watching you in 4 and seeing you in this game, I think that the game has definitely forced you to slightly adjust to be a little bit more buttonsy than you were probably in 4.
I think that's a good compliment. I thank you for it.
Because the thing is, it's like, remember, some things happen in this game which actually isn't your fault. So when you have a game plan and idea in mind, it's just the other character, the mechanics, crush counter, V-trigger or something that go, you know what, Veggey, you need to speed up a little bit. You need to take a risk over here. You need to jump forward or you need to deal with this. So some people's styles have completely changed. Luffy's the perfect example. Luffy's I know his character's not here yet, but Luffy's the perfect example.
But also interestingly with Luffy is that when you watch his roles play, I know it was very slow and solid, but some of the offensive game plans, or the offensive styles, are similar to how Mika offense is working with the kind of the way. I mean, you remember how he dashed with those? I feel he plays the same offensive style a bit with Mika. So that's what I feel.
I guess so. I mean, that's a good observation. That's a good observation.
I feel like dash, standing kick, dash, throw, those things kind of match with the Mika offensive plan. The defensive plan is way different. I mean, the neutral, of course.
Yeah.
Just the way they play offense, kind of. A little bit. I know. I think you are like sitting back in your chair and thinking that this is quite far off, but I want you to think about it for a couple of days and then get back to me.
No, it's definitely something that sometimes you can answer it right off the bat, sometimes you won't be able to, but some things won't. It's like, oh, I get what Veggey's saying now. It won't click immediately. I don't see it from your perspective.
That's a good point, and my perspective might be totally off, so who knows.
Oh, well, listen, perception is everything. We all got different opinions, different views. We can come to an agreement, but again, at the end of the day, this game has definitely changed a lot of people.
Yes. For the better, I think. We have become humbled. A lot of people have become humbled in a good way.
No more vortexes. I know there's blenders, but it's not as bad as a vortex.
I don't know. I think they're both strong and they're fun for play. I think it's this kind of offense that Urian's been showing us today. It looks really fun to do. So might not be as fun on the receiving end, but can, as you say, you can pick Yurian if you want to.
For me, like I said, because we don't know a lot about the Russian scene in general, I'm sure that there's people in the Russian community that in the chat can vouch for me or even correct me if I am wrong, but I remember seeing this kid in 2017 in one of the online CBTs, and he's just been like leveling up ever since.
Oh yeah.
Out of all the Yurians I know in the European scene, Duwactik is better. He's definitely one of the better ones, alongside Loki.
Right.
Alongside Loki for me.
And then you have AD Terminal Note. That's his name.
Yeah, and Nort. Shoutouts to Nort as well.
Yeah. So there are quite a few good Yurians.
Look, I know he's been a strong character for quite some time. His neutral has been a little bit ups and downs, depending on the season. But overall, one of the most versatile V triggers, big comeback potential, 2 good V skills. It's all there, man.
It is.
It's all
He's
there.
not ready to block the instant crossover.
It's gonna take another 3 months for people to probably start dealing with that. And it came out what last year, December.
Yeah, December. Yeah.
Sky High Claw.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, sorry. How can we ignore Fassa? Shouts to Fassa as well.
Oh yeah, Fassa. Sorry, that was not unintentional.
So many of you Yurian
There's so many of them. There's too many. I'm sorry.
Do you know
That
why?
was definitely not intentional, and I apologize.
Listen, I'll tell you why. I'll
Yeah.
tell you why, right? I'll tell you why they're offended. It's because they all do headbutt in the same area, so we can't
It's
tell them apart.
Hard to tell different.
We can't tell them apart.
But yeah, that's true. Very good points, as always, Jammer. But you know, we should be able to tell Fassa apart because he doesn't use. Yes, so that was it's a very good point for someone like Ginger Viking, who we also didn't mention. But for Fassa, I think we just need to apologize, and it was very bad of us.
There's the Yurian tier list, then there's Fassa.
Yes, exactly, because it doesn't play the same way.
All right. Going back to the match here, gets the jump in light kick, delayed throw just in case. A lot more people are starting to delay against Duwactik tonight because of their headbutts, but he's really going in hard with these offensive headbutts as well.
Yeah, and I mean, you can do a light on Yurian and not worry about the etc.
Yeah, but the
So-
thing is, we say that every time. It's like, yeah, meet him with a light. But here's the thing, psychologically, you're not always want to do a light. I don't always want to do a light attack. I want to throw you. I want to do a delayed hard punch. I want to do a delayed
true.
medium punch. You know what I mean?
But if you meet, yeah, I know what you mean, and I mean I agree with it. But if you do meet him a lot with lights, the throws before the light will become very safe to do because he will be so conditioned to not wanting to headbutt on the first.
You
This
can't
throw-
condition these people. You can't condition Yuri. I'm sorry. Because the one time you feel you've conditioned them, the headbutt comes out.
Oh, maybe.
I think they're on the same wavelength as you.
Maybe.
All right. Oh, he's trying to get the cancel. Is he dead? No, he's not. On the trade.
Do you know the frame that position?
So, depending on the combo that
'cause it
Yurian
changes
does
with the combo.
into, depending on the combo that Yurian does into light tackle, I think he
Yeah.
can be +2 at best on hit. I don't know if that was a situation there where it's +2 on hit, and then he done a delayed button because he wasn't sure. But I think one of the issues some people have had with Yurian as a whole is his frame data varies probably the most out of the cast. Because it's like, you know, the knee drop hitting below the legs, the tackle hitting like really late, fireball having different. It's Yurian does stuff and you're like, are you punishable? Are you +3? It's what is it? And it's really hard to kind of understand unless you're doing exactly what the Yurian player did after they used that against you. Watch the replays on CFN. It's hard to keep up with them.
And even if they're -2, I mean, they might EX headbutt, so.
I think
Who
at that
knows?
point you could do a light. I think when it's -2 on their behalf, you can do the
Oh,
light.
yeah, you can. If you
When-
have a fast recovery light, of course.
Yeah, of course. Because like not all lights actually recover in time from the headbutt.
Exactly. You need
Natural
one of
facts,
those quick ones. Is there any character with no quick lights? I think Abigail has Kratz light kick, Birdie has Stan light kick. I don't know about Zangief. Does Zangief have a quick light?
I'm trying to think. I think every character should have at least one light. Some characters are blessed by using all their lights against Yurian, regardless. And then there's other characters where they just have to use the one light. But even if they block that, or the Yurian player blocks that light, they don't get anything favorable from that. So, kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's not good.
Crush counter. He's going to get the stun. I didn't even know that was a combo. MuscleNood, please. It's a throw.
think it's so nice to see when people bait. Like, how are you, after all those things, that weird... I just think that's so beautiful to see. Like, when people bait, how did you know? I think it's... After that, there was like 4 interactions before you baited, and then you baited at the right time.
Yeah.
Things like that, man.
+2 Metallic Sphere. Let's see how this round pans out. Hit. Oh, I thought that said counter hit, but it didn't. Activate. That's +1. Good to not challenge there. Gets hit by the fireball. Yeah.
It's only +1 with that. Okay.
Yeah. So it's +1 non-charge, and I think it's +4 fully charged on V-Trigger. So if you've got a 3-frame control. But yeah, I mean, going back to what you're saying about the whole baiting thing, I think people aren't confident in baiting certain things enough in a different way. Because usually when they knock them down, they just run away, and it's like, oh, I think a reversal's coming here. But there's some people that set up the bait, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, he went for the throw invincible DP. He tried to Takamura. It didn't work. It didn't work.
Defo didn't. Throw invincible and I guess 3rd frame strike maybe. So it's like a better 3-frame sleep option.
Oh, there's the buffer from MuscleNood. Shouts to Yust TTM in the chat. You taught him that juggle? Okay, I didn't even know that was a combo. So I'm gonna have to watch the archives back, probably dab with some Ken. Don't be surprised to see me using Ken online. If you can't beat him, join the army.
You can't beat
him, join the army. The back
definitely Mr. EX air tackle, I guess.
Oh. No cancel? Oh, sorry, that was just a chariot tackle anyway, so.
Nice. Those situations.
Oh, go on?
Yeah, those situations. Now I just mentioning those situations are like... when you take there, you feel so dumb. And when you get thrown, you feel even dumber. So...
Well, look. You and I both know when you have no health, you're just going to do it. Yeah. Like, it's usually, you think it's the safest thing to do, but it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? Yes. And it's like, damn, you teched there, and it's like, oh, you got shimmy, but you're on your last legs, make a decision. And at that point, I usually tell people, just look to the next round. If you know you're in a situation where you have to guess, make a choice, but mentally prepare for the next round.
It's a good way to think. And I mean, you can then maybe be more comfortable taking it through.
Oh, EXDP is blocked. And he tries to shimmy, tries to throw bait or something there. You're gonna get that stun. There's the grab. No stun yet. I'm so glad this guy doesn't have a 200 stun throw. He is holding that stun high.
And denying that activation, that was a nice V reversal, man. I really like that. Things like that, so sexy. Just denying the activation and getting him back down in the, not even in the corner, down into the corner.
Yeah, I think
so unrelated.
What has been said, I think some people have said, Brian F, I believe, I think Broski has said it as well. It's a case where V reversals are used offensively now more than defensively, because there's no real benefit to doing them defensively now. Because you're V reversing heavies, which for the most part you could be able to backdash or just block it out anyway, depending on the move. And then the other time it's hard, they don't really work. So you want to trap someone in the corner and stop them from activating and stuff, you know?
Yeah. So especially there when he did crouch kick fireball and he didn't get the hit animation for the cancellation because of the V reversal being active, and that's an extremely well used V reversal. I think like the next level, not just offensively but even defensively, offensively.
But
to get through that fireball.
It's the thing as well. Obviously stopping the fireball, but it's also keeping the stun high. Because again, as long as you get hit, or even if you block something, stuns high, doing that. MuscleNood had the choice to make, but he was stubborn, trying to hold the V trigger because he had too little health to try and V reversal, you know. So.
Do you think the V-Skill 2 to Urian has like buffed him offensively a lot? As we saw earlier here, he threw one and then neglected Ken's fireball and then used it kind of like a shield to get in.
I wouldn't say it helps him offensively. It allows him to establish control for a short space of time, which it makes it easier for him to get in. His offense is already good. It's just something to help him out or ease the approach instead of like throwing out tackles here and there. Because again, one correct amplified metallic Sphere, you're in.
He's really getting for those ticks.
Stun still high here for MuscleNood. He's going to have to V-reversal or something. Oh, he gets the cross up. There you go. So has a chance to activate. Gets a grab. He was too far. Oh, he's through out of thunder kick. Why were you even thinking of doing that?
I guess maybe a panic tech.
Probably.
Yeah, like instant panic tech. Those are the best. When you tech and you don't want to tech, and then you get a back throw instead. Thank you.
It works out, man. Duwactik has still got V-Trigger and Seer on deck. MuscleNood, please be careful and try not to jump. Just probably hold it down here. Well, watch out for that mirror as well, actually. There it is. He's dead.
That's it.
Oh, boy.
Duwactik on the Duwactik on the
Get it, don't
4-win, 5-win streak now.
I think it's a 5-win streak now.
He
4 or
might
5?
get up there then, if there's enough time for him to get up there. With a how much did you need? 10 wins? You need 5 more?
Yeah, he needs 5 more. Maybe there might be a little bit of time. We'll see. But hey, he's been putting in work. And again, he had a good performance over the weekend on the CPT. And we see him in the since we're online now, we can see a lot more of these players. Hopefully, we get to see him more around because he has been playing. He has been pressing a lot more buttons with that Urian, making sure people don't forget how good this character is. But yeah, make sure you follow him on Twitter at I'm Duwactik. I'm pretty sure, like, if you see the Capcom Fighters tweet, we talked about tweeting who the players will be featured tonight. You'll see his Twitter account in there, so make sure you give it a follow. Let's see.
Maybe in the future you could have like a Russian special with maybe Finnish and Russian players.
Do you know what?
I would be interested in seeing that. I don't know if others.
We were actually thinking about that on Saturday, I believe. Because again, Finland's got a very strong seed. When me and Logan were talking about the Russian community, there's not much information we know about them. It's like, okay, outside of that, it's like maybe we can just have a lobby of them. There are some ideas we're trying to experiment with and just have discussions on to kind of branch out. Because again, we started out with different players around Europe because we couldn't do that because we were in the office back in the UK. And then we're getting guest commentators like Saint Cola, shouts to him, Vicious, got Veggey jumping on board. So we can probably experiment, try and go a little bit further with this over time. But again, one step at a time, one step at a time.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, so Escudo's jump back on. This is a more reasonable color I can look at. Let's see. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do when I go home next on the game, I'm gonna look at Urian versus Alex. This is probably a matchup we might randomly see in a tournament or an online CPT. So.
And I think characters that can actually, when you can deal with Urian's neutral, you can automatically slow him down, and he doesn't feel as volatile anymore. So even if Alex might not be like in favor, I don't know, but he can definitely at least force him to make it slow.
He hit him with the classic violent knee-jerk cross-up for the mirror, and he looks like he's gonna close out with a throw or something. That is crazy.
Is there
yeah, do you know what? Sorry, just going back to your point before. I don't know, even if you can kind of mitigate the amount of times Urian can go like crazy, he's still got the insurance policy. Insurance policy with each of
course, yes.
That is still there. You have to constantly think about it, man.
Yes.
Making guys like him, Nakali, G, Akuma, V-Reversal, that's a win in mind though, but even then, these guys are almost like the complete package. So. All right, pressure's been applied. Tex, well timed. All right, just backing off there. And then this throw. Oh man! Yo.
Urian wins.
So I guess it might not be as effective as I thought earlier. I mean, I think I watched those guys play earlier before I came onto the stream.
Yeah, they played
close. Yeah, there was a closer set, right? Didn't Escudo like I had to won a set? I feel like I saw him play earlier and it was a lot closer in this round, but I mean, you can't always make the right decisions, I guess. So
it's a game based off, you know, having fast-paced decisions or making decisions very quickly, swift ones. Yeah, it's like fast-paced chess, right? So
yes, exactly. I love that when people say that, because it is though.
Well, I mean, at least in chess, you don't lose 60% for making the wrong decision.
Imagine if you had like V-triggers in chess. Forced guesses on defense.
V-trigger, bishops, the rooks, the knights.
And then you had to... They close the board down, and you have to guess what the setup was.
Oh man,
for your king to survive.
Then you have to break it down before it's your opponent's turn.
Yeah.
God. I think we've just given someone an idea. They're going to run off and
so.
say, hey, V-trigger chess.
Nice. Wouldn't kind of using, you know, the way he uses V-trigger with Alex Escudo, wouldn't he get more reward of doing the same thing with V-trigger 1? I mean, he's doing the confirm or the button into the V-trigger into the kill for the Oki, yeah. But I mean, you get the Oki, but more damage in V-trigger 1.
No, I get what you're saying. It's a different V-trigger. He's probably still experimenting with certain things. But what I was saying to Matt before is there needs to be more ways for Alex to force you standing so that he can combo into it, because he's just, like, people are just crouching and that thing completely whiffs. Sometimes they throw it out there as a Hail Mary to try and catch you off guard walking backwards. I think it's too hard to set up. It's too hard to set up. So your focus is try and combo into the flash chop so you get the sleeper hold instead.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, because you can convert of it to more buttons than V-trigger 1. I think it's only standing mini punch for Alex in V-trigger 1 that actually connects from a buffer or with punish. So, I mean, you have bigger chances at landing it in neutral if they're standing. But they have to be standing, as you said. So, would it be too strong if it comboed even when they weren't standing? If you make it like 3 bars and same amount of uses, but combos and crouching.
No, I think the thing is, if you're going to make it a 3-bar V-trigger, I know some V-triggers that turned to 3 bars didn't really get some sort of compensation. I think if they made it 3 bars, you'd have to give it an extra use. So instead of 3, you'd have to give it 4. And then if you say, right, you can combo DDT on crouches, they'd be looking for more hit confirms than throwing everything in the kitchen sink to try and hit you in the first place.
Yeah. So I think that would be interesting. I think I'd like to test Alex if he had that. Because then he'd suddenly like be very consistent at that.
Right, see that? So he comboed that while he's standing, right? Or was it with him? But
nice.
DDT, there you go.
Yeah, Escudo is really solid, I think, when he plays. Like the way he does it. Was that a confirm, you think, or guessing on the hit? Because I've seen him cancel more times on hit than block today. So I'm wondering, do you think he's kind of confirming it, or do you think he's guessing more?
I don't know the cancel window for that into the DDT. It might be a little bit of both, but like you said, he's a very solid player.
Yeah,
the only thing from me holding Escudo back is Alex.
Of course.
I know he was trying a little bit of Poison before. I don't know if he's still playing Poison, but I know he's got a lot of love for Alex as a character. But I think if he wants to ascend to the next level, he needs to play a character with better and more solid options. I know he's well versed in this game. I know he's playing Alex out of like pure love and passion for the character, but to help you advance, you're going to need to play a better character. A better character, shall I say.
I mean, Alex can certainly rob you, but it's not going to give you wins in like important places.
Yes.
So, yeah. But if your goal is to win, you definitely need to get away from Alex. Win tournaments,
you can still have him there for a couple of zoners and catch them off guard.
Yeah, like Delson.
Lack of familiarity on Alex, but for the most part, you're not going to run through the bracket from start to finish, having all of Alex's good matchups, if there is even any outside of the zoners.
That's a good point. But I do like the way he's playing with the DDT, trying like with punish into it, or as we talked about earlier, if he's pseudo confirming or just buffering.
Yeah, but even then, Duwactik is putting up a really good fight. He's on match point.
That's true. Very good point.
That's 2. No V reversal. He's not going to V reversal. I don't know why.
I think people are too greedy with the reversal channels.
Because
they could use
V-trigger wins you the game. V reversal doesn't. V-trigger wins you the game. V reversal doesn't. That's it.
It's true, but I mean, the life he lost by not V-reversing was a V-bar he would never get back now. So, I mean, he would have V-trigger at the same health, because he did lose another chunk before he got to activate it. So you might as well just use the V-reversal, so you would get V-trigger at the same point, at that point anyway.
Yeah, but I think if you're... It is definitely a thinking thing. The overhead is going to close it out here, win it with the crouching fist into the metallic sphere. Duwactik win streak stays intact.
6 wins for Russia, for Mother Russia.
Mother Russia.
I wish you could play Zangief. I mean, when you're going to represent Russia, you should do it with Zangief.
Okay, so indulge me for a second. Do you think the way that Duwactik plays with Urian now, do you think he has that kind of style to adapt and play Zangief? Do you think he can do that? Instead of doing wake up headbutts, he just do an arbitrary dash into EX SPD and win the game? Do you think he can do that?
I think that and I've spoken with Venom a lot about this, is that we're always like, you can't play this character. You know, people said to Venom, why are you playing Karin? You can't play Karin. In the same way, people might say,
I
oh,
remember
you're
that.
a dasher.
I remember that.
Yeah. And I think that if you could get good with one character, I think generally, except for a few characters that are a bit obscure and maybe different game style,
Yeah.
you can get good with any character.
I know, I totally agree with that.
Yeah. So I think, Duwactik could, but who knows if it would be as easy to be successful with Zangief. Maybe a worse character overall. So Urien is a better pick, but I think he could if he played, because he's a really good player. He would manage to become a really good Zangief as well. But Zangief is probably worse, so yeah.
I don't know, the Japanese might disagree with you on that one.
But they have the wildest tier lists, man. I don't even want to talk about them anymore. They're too crazy.
Man. But no, here's the thing, right? As this next match goes on, if you have a very firm understanding of this game, especially how it's played at a high level psychologically, I feel you can play anyone because you understand how they work within the system. Obviously, there's some characters going to be better than others, but I don't know. Maybe in the future, Duwactik might mess around with Zangief and
Maybe.
you know, ruin people's lives within the XSPD. Because again, one commando can win you the game. So.
Yeah, it can, but at least we can talk about that another time. I mean, well, yeah, it's true, but I think Zangief players are definitely.
They are definitely
that they don't deserve. I feel like they have a rep they don't deserve as a 5 Zangief.
You think they have a rep they don't deserve? Damn.
Definitely.
We're definitely gonna have that conversation up again.
Yeah, we can. And I would not put Zangief in my top 5 that we spoke about earlier. That now has 3 characters.
No. Zangief's not there. He's strong. I think he's strong in his own right. But he's just been labelled the walking casino at this point. Good backdash on the command grab. And his throw to close it out. Now, sometimes I wonder, because Duwactik done a delayed throw there. G doesn't really have anything to do outside of CA and wait. So if Mr. Crimson wanted to do a jump forward into the flying press of the body press, that delayed throw probably could have been beaten. I mean, if the guy hasn't got a reversal, just run all over them.
Yeah,
just run all over them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't even notice that he was doing the delay back throw stuff.
I think it can be a force of habit for the most part, but some people need to identify when it's a character that has got a reversal. Just steamroll them.
Yeah, you don't need to bait. It's kind of a baiting security technique, I feel, the delay back throw. If you DP, I block. If you don't wake up throw, I attack, so it's safe. And if you don't do anything, I get throw anyway.
Yeah. Alright, gonna activate +10 on block, and that's a 2-frame guy at impact. You thought you weren't gonna get a command grab straight to the corner. If you're bad, you'll headbutt. Nah, he didn't. Oh, he did! Well, I didn't know when it was gonna be, but he done it.
He's not gonna kill now. No,
nah, he's still alive. Yeah. And I think
he had super,
he might headbutt. He done the fuzzy! Oh man, you're not the tall character. Oh man, I need to learn that.
That's a bit, I think that might be a bit too much maybe.
Why?
Because it's only the characters that get to has to deal with.
I mean, I think that's
like
fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Hey, look, it's an 8-way mix-up after the safe jump phase anyway. Why can't he not have that option? I think that's cool.
Okay, I mean, you're allowed to think that, and I mean, yeah. It's a bit strong though, we can agree that, at least. That
it's
part
only strong as a portion of the cast. It's not, it doesn't work on everything, so...
Exactly, so since you don't play a big character, it's fine, I guess. Maybe.
I dabble with G and Gil, here and there. But yeah, when I play Poison, I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to deal with that.
Not even Poison, no.
You can deal with that.
Yeah, I have to deal with that. Yeah.
No, like, just pick Cammy.
That's true, that's a good match.
Not looking good here for Duwactik. Building that meter for the V-trigger here. This is it. Cool. Do you know, I think this is just a game for these two when it comes to the V-triggers. And he activates and he guesses wrong again, and it's the same outcome as last time.
But I think Mr. Crimson will now be a little bit worried about what. Great, so he did 2 blocks here, I guess.
Yeah.
To avoid the whole. Yeah, because I would be a bit worried about it. It's been hard to get reads on it. So.
Oh no. This is it.
One more. He did.
He tried to run away. Why didn't you do super? Why didn't you do super?
Probably thought he would noodle jump, maybe something like that.
True.
Yeah. which is why I love these kinds of situations in the game. These are the coolest guesses, and you don't get to do them all the time.
Listen,
Will he, won't they? Things
I'm a
like
scrub.
that with the super.
I'm a scrub. I'm just going to do wake up super, right? You have to respect my flashing gauges at the bottom right or left side of the screen. If you don't respect them, that's on you. I'll just wake up super.
Okay.
It's late. Look, it's late for these guys. They're playing Street Fighter 5. All they got to do is one more game, turn off the console, turn off the PC, whatever. I'll be like, listen, I'm just going to wake up super to my bed, and tomorrow I might not do it. But
I think
yeah, go on.
if I met you, Jammers, I would jump on that situation by default.
Listen, here's the thing, right? I don't know about you, but when it comes to characters like G,
Yes.
the super should allow me to do something completely random and wake up. So forward dash, wake up with the medium, jump back. Because it's like, look, the threat
Wake
of the
up, command,
super...
throw, I mean, who knows?
Exactly. The threat of the super should allow me to let me do whatever I want, which is probably, in some regards, better than a wake up EXDP. But at the same time, I should be doing wake up super as well. But it's the bluff, right? You just don't know. You just don't know.
That is the good thing, the best mix-ups when it's a high resource cost, I think. The best mix-ups have high stakes, and they are really fun to watch, and especially when they make good decisions in those scenarios. And all decisions are bad decisions except for the decision that was correct, I think. So, I mean, that's how we do it. So.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Shout outs to
nice.
Veggey.
Yeah.
That's
oh,
fun.
This might be. Oh, nice. I'm glad you didn't tech. That's a situation. If you tech, what are you thinking about? Nice, Akainu.
I like that V reversal as well from Akainu as well, actually. Played it safe,
yeah.
got another one as well. And he's got a life lead as well, so
He's in a very good spot now after he dodged the second mirror.
if he gets hit by a medium, he's dead. If he gets hit by a medium, he's dead. Please don't jump, Akainu. Please don't jump. Oh my god, you were so lucky that wasn't CA.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good point.
That's why I said don't jump, because whatever
yeah.
Rashid does, he's just going to go into that CA.
Yeah. Brian Hartwood.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Do you know what? I think that's the second overhead Duwactik has thrown someone out of. He threw MuscleNood out of Thunder Kick, and he threw Rashid out of his forward hard punch overhead.
Yeah. Nice
Here
challenge.
we go.
Those weren't changed, right? The normal version, only EX.
No, only the EX one. I believe
So that one
it's,
traded awkwardly.
he got a bigger hurt box or something. It's easier to deal with.
something with the hurt box. I don't think it's bigger. Yes, I think it's bigger. Never mind. It must be bigger because it's so easy to deal with now. But I've read people saying it's not changed, but it must be. Something changed.
Yeah, something definitely changed.
Yeah,
because you're allowed to press buttons now, basically. Before you had to have an invincible move or like a projectile invincible move. Now you just press buttons. So. All right. Charged up with Dig and Thunder and the spinning mixer just to get some sort of momentum. This is his last chance and the jump back jab.
I like that.
He was ready. I feel that jump is way too easy to see.
I
I don't know about you, but I think it's way too easy to see now.
That he's jumping.
Yeah.
Or which side he's on. That he's in the air.
That he's in the air. It's like you don't have to really worry about which side he's on because again, Duwactik done a jump back jab.
That's true.
If you have a really good crouching anti-air like Poison or Ken or Kage, whoever, you just press that button. I think it's easy to see. It's definitely when it was because I know it's season 1, season 2, just people didn't even know what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
But she's a lot easier to deal with nowadays. So
Definitely. So, but the next level would be Akainu jumping there and doing the air-to-air in prediction of the jump back jab and taking it around like that. You know, that's a Big Bird thing.
maybe.
Something Big Bird might do. Akainu, when you do that, I will start comparing your sheet to Big Bird's. But first, I must see jump medium punch way more.
Hey man, he's
As
still
a
trying to
camera.
get things down to muscle memory. He's a secondary
I'm just
character.
kidding. Nah.
For all you know, he could just fully go back to Guile for the CPT that's coming up for the Western
Yeah,
region.
absolutely. And I hope he enters. He didn't last time, and you know I really like Akainu. That's why I'm joking about him. Joking with him.
Of course.
Because he's a very strong player and I think he can take it. But I hope he enters because he didn't enter last time, and I think that's a bit shame because he's a very strong player and you should have been in the CPT tournaments. Really hope he enters
Runners
next
up.
time.
There's a headbutt. Now I'm thinking, I kind of didn't have his PC set up last time, did he?
I'm not sure, but I mean, no.
Yo.
Okay, I won't say. I don't know.
Optimal.
Optimal and It's never done.
I know,
Julian is here to play.
He's here.
Baby, baby. Nice counter. Like that.
All right.
So,
Gets the grab. And then he got hit with a counter hit forward medium punch, which allowed it as well one shot to connect. Got him the combo early. Jump fist. And he's not dead yet. Are you going to do it, Duwactik? Are you going to do it? I don't know. He did do it. He's not going to do it. Why are you not doing it? Come on, you've been doing it like 100 times this time. That's not even a punish. But I like that he tried to keep him locked in. Hold on. One hit will do it. Mirror
yeah,
is
it's
gone.
slower, so that won't work. So.
Yeah, don't worry, the threat's gone now. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't have to deal with the people.
Oh, I like it. I mean, why not? Why not?
Akainu with the EX spinning mixer. I see you, baby. Hey man, you gotta let them know. Here's the thing. When it's two characters that have reversals, right? When one guy hits you, you gotta let the other guy know. It's like, listen, dude, I got 1 too. We can play the exact same game, buddy. We're all playing Street Fighter 5 here. Respect me just as much as I have to respect you.
And I mean, Akainu is part of the EU Street Patrol, and the Duwactik is on a 7-win streak. So let's see if he can make his dojo proud in his last game. Oof, another shimmy, nice. Do you think these guys would tech as much in tournament mode, or do you think they're more on autopilot in defense when it's more exhibition? Because there's been a lot of eating shimmies 3-4 times in a row in these last few sets.
You know what? I think sometimes it's a case that was a meaty headbutt there. I believe it was like +2 frame advantage or something. I think sometimes when you come on just to play without mentally preparing yourself or practicing, you get a little bit, like you said, more autopilot on defense. Like when you know a tournament's coming, you'll know that you're built in. I'm trying not to tech today.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not dead. He missed the
You're
evil
thinking
spot.
about it like that,
Yeah, but then, like, if I've come into play, and again, we pull these players up, like, on the day, the night before, and it's like, right, here's the lineup, and again, you don't really need to practice it, because it's just exhibitions and training for you guys, so you might be a little bit more, you know, antsy on defense, buttonsy, teching a lot, you know, stuff like that, but... Or maybe it's just a habit these guys have over time, but it depends on the character.
Yeah,
Depends on the character, I suppose. He's going to be stunned.
Another one, another number one. You know the headbutt setup? You can actually just counter that by doing your wake up button. So I'm so surprised that in this season people are still not doing it. So they do the whatever into the headbutts after they hit you with the throw, right? They do crouch like headbutt, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do a wake up button, like I do birdie crouch fierce, and it lands clean.
Oh.
Yeah,
You're
so
definitely going to have to
do-
show me that at some point.
Yeah, so no, that's something we found during the Jaffinity days when we had a Yuri and matchup coming.
Oh, yeah.
And we saw the Yurians kept doing that. We're like, what is the answer? What is the answer? And then we found the answer, which was just wake up in a button that won't get tagged, and most buttons wouldn't.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you can check that out later, you should. And then I hope it's still like that, and it should be.
So it's kind of like the, the critical art. He's not dead yet, but he's still got the V trigger to work with. I think he's going to run up and do Airborne Eagle Spike. No, he didn't.
Maybe, but he would maybe die from it. And I think he wants to keep his dojo pride proud. Oh, nice. He did the work. He made Mopulapu proud. He took away the streak.
And unfortunately, people, as Veggey said, the streak has ended. Duwactik's reign has ended. No more Urian. I love this guy, but no more Urian.
Yeah.
He was close to getting an 8-win streak, man, especially his debut on WSO for today. So much appreciated for Duwactik for coming on down and playing those games. Again, much appreciated to all the players that joined us tonight. Akainu, Crimson, Julia, Escudo, Jester, MuscleNood, everyone there. And of course, we got big props to Veggey, man. Shout out to Veggey for joining me on commentary.
Thank you for letting me come on. I think it's really fun. And people like you who are so skilled at keeping the flow is inspiration for someone like me who's not that skilled at keeping the flow of the conversation in the commentary. So I think it's very fun to be here with you again. We commentated in Brussels. I really enjoyed that. So
And Gfinity.
It was fun.
We done it in Gfinity as well, didn't we?
Yeah, but we were more like analysts, I think, together.
Yeah.
It was you and me. So that's, I think, the hardest for a I think the most impressive for a caster is when they're doing matches.
Yeah.
Because it's so high, fast-paced. So
Yeah, I think
it's an art form.
it's obviously a lot to remember. The frame data, matchups, keeping up the pace, keeping on topic, stuff like that. This is a little bit more laid back with the casual first to twos and doing whatever.
Definitely.
But again, you grow into it, and then listen, the knowledge is already in your head. It's just how to explain it, not just to me, but to the audience at home and the audience at large. So you'll get it over time. But once again, we got to congratulate Duwactik for coming onto the show and getting the highest win streak of the night. 7-win streak after coming runner-up of the online CPT. This man's on fire. And I did say to myself, I've got a sticky note. Remember not to fight Duwactik in the bracket. I don't want to deal with that.
I think it's nice that he came on and also showed that for any doubters, he's a very strong player and earned all his achievements so far. So he showed you today were some top placing players, even CPT winners here today, and he could beat them because he's a super strong player.
Yeah, I'm hoping when things go back to normal, hopefully in the very near future, and more of the Russian community can come out and travel to these events. I know Sunmate was doing it quite a little bit last year and the year before that, and Ras as well. Shouts to Ras, can't forget those guys. But hopefully we can see the more offline events when the time is right, of course. But yeah, Veggey, where can they follow you outside of your Twitter that is down below under his name?
Oh yeah, you can follow me on that Twitter.
Yeah.
And I do stream sometimes on Twitch, on Veggey, just Veggey, VGGUY. Yeah, so
all right,
those are the two more relevant follows.
Okay. Cool. Make sure you follow Veggey on his Twitter and his Twitch account. He streams. You can hear his opinions. You get his top 5. You can even hear him talk about Akuma. How he doesn't think he's undisputed #1. I think he's a bit weird for thinking that, but you can hear it and ask him on his following social media accounts there. But guys,
one day
we gotta love you and leave you. We will see you next week for another WinnerStaysOn Session. So until then, take care, and we'll see you guys next time.